Happy Saturday. Looks pretty good. Welcome to another American Foundation for Suicide Prevention share stream. Remember, the whole point of these things is, we're going to have fun watching these movies, but at the same time, just remember our goal. And now that is an adjusted goal because just last night, if you guys were watching, I went ahead and updated the goal from 10,000, which we had already, actually 5,000. We'd already passed that, and we'd already passed the secondary goal of 10,000. We're currently at 10,200, but as you can see now, the goal is to reach before or on April 19th. Actually, we may extend this because the walk for suicide prevention here in Vegas is actually on the 27th. So what we may do is we don't know if we'll extend it to the 27th or 21st. I think we're pretty safe, but there you go. There you go. The little we now, for the first time in a while, have weight that we need to make up in between what we've made and what our new goal is. So remember what it's all about. The link is tied to the top of the chat, or in the top of the chat. For those of you Patreons, the link is in the Patreon message. I just put it up there, and I'll put the one for Roadhouse later on. So as not to confuse anybody, Brad will be here. He's running late. He'll be here about 2:30. So for those of you who are looking for Arrival, it is on Peacock. That's the easiest way to find it. You don't have a physical copy of it. How you doing, Spidey?
What's the go word?
Go word. This is my first activity from this computer. I just got this computer set up today. After the previous laptop died, I went back to Dell, and we're back at it. And so far, like I said, I love Dell. Just open the box, set it up. It's 10 minutes, you're on. I mean, I had that Hewlett Packard for a while, but again, it's the only time that I've, even going back to my deployment day, where if you didn't have a laptop on deployment, you were just out of luck. So we all had laptops, and then, like I said, we all had Dells, and I've been a Dell guy, but I had a deal on HP. I took it, and I regretted it for that entire time, and now I'm past that area. So,
Can I ask you a
Clint?
question?
How are you feeling? Yeah, go ahead.
As far as your, did you have a webcam or something on the old computer? Because you're coming in a little cloudy on here. I don't know if that's like your internet connection or using a webcam before or what.
No, I'm using the same cam that I used on that computer.
Yeah, I think it might be your Cox connection. It's not like super bad, but it's definitely cloudy. So I don't know if that's what you're going to be doing the show from tonight.
Might be the camera, might be dust on the camera. Let's check that. Let's see.
Then you said it's on Peacock. I don't have Peacock, so let me see what I can do.
How's that looking?
Much better. Much better.
It's a camera. I hadn't used the camera for a week, so it got dusty. So yeah, because we weren't live. We hadn't been live from this computer.
So, well, I'm still alive, sorta.
What's going on, Clint?
Oh, you're still alive, sort of? Okay.
Yeah, it's not very good, but yeah, what are you gonna do?
You still worn out?
Well, my blood pressure's still really low. I have to drink a lot of water.
It's the desert, so the weather's kind of weird. It's kind of cloudy, but it's just kind of windy, blowing away a lot of the pollen. My allergies aren't as bad as they were yesterday, though. So I guess that's it.
It's supposed to rain today. Aren't you happy about that, William?
It said it may rain. I don't see it happening, and even if it does, it's not going to be like it's been, like torrential, fucking up the weekend rain. But no, it's I've seen several different reports. I saw one that said rain within the hour. That was 2 hours ago, and then I saw one that just says cloudy, and then no chance of rain. But like I said, either way, I don't think it's going to be the type of rain that's caused like roof issues and flood issues. So go ahead.
So how did we get to over 10K? And what horrible movie is Brad watching?
It was Meet the Spartans, and we already watched it, and it was 41,000.
When did you watch Meet the Spartans? Yesterday?
No, last Saturday.
We watched Scary Movie 4 on Tuesday. We didn't watch anything last Saturday because your computer was up. We won it. Are you talking about?
I thought we did meet the Spartans already.
That's why I'm asking. You're gonna have to ask people in the chat. I was gone for the last 2 days, so if you did in the last 2 days, then yeah. But other than that,
I know one of them I completely wasn't there for because I was on my phone.
You're never here. You always got a way to get out. We were talking about the whole thing. Yeah, the last one was Scary Movie 4. Yeah, I remember. Because you were in the chat. You're in the chat.
Let's see. Yeah, Scary Movie. Oh, so we haven't done. Brad tried to pull one over on me.
What are you trying to hit you with?
He's trying to get out of it. He said we already did it. All right, cool. I thought we had done it, but all these movies suck. So it's like it's not.
Man, that's so sad. Brad doesn't want to celebrate the donations.
Let him know, Clint.
Okay, so yeah, we'll have to do Scary Movie 4 and Meet the Spartans was the one. I thought we did Meet the Spartans.
No, Scary Movie 5. We hit 4. We should do a rewatch on 4 because Brad, just because Brad. I don't have anything else besides that, but you know.
We should rewatch Scary Movie 4. I was in the hospital, man.
Yeah. Right now we're at 10,200. So I'm gonna give people a couple minutes to find a source to watch it.
Yeah, give me a few minutes there.
So,
and then
I'll be right back.
When did you change? I heard you said you changed the goal. When did that happen?
Last night I was on Vodka stream. We went in and changed this goal there.
Did you call out Zach in real time about your Meet the Spartans deal that happened until you get to your 10,000? I mean, you called it out all midstream and everything.
Yeah, I tagged him. I tagged him. Yeah, I tagged him on it. So good, we can probably get him on. Dude, if we can get him on, we'll hit that goal.
I'm surprised it wasn't Disaster Movie.
Oh, that one, like that's a possibility. So many awful possibilities to raise money for a good cause. Yeah.
Don't these awful movies give you more views and everything?
Yeah, it's the crazy
thing.
Some
of them did. The last Scary Movie didn't. I mean, it got good views, but the one before that got the two before that were ridiculous. I don't understand.
There wasn't enough Kermit the Frog in the background track for people to do a watch along. They need a little more Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, well, they can't have me. So Scary Movie 2 did a bunch, and then when did we do the other one? We did I think Scary Movie 3 did quite a bit too. But Scary Movie 4, for whatever reason, just
might have just been because it was on a Tuesday. We watched it on Tuesday, right, or Monday?
That's right. That's right. We did that on Tuesday. And Tuesday or Monday, one of those two, because I know I was like I said, without a laptop, I couldn't do it from here. Now I got one up. So let everybody in the chat let me know when you guys are ready.
What's going on? Fun.
Your donation was for Meet the Spartans. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you want to
he donated again. Did you look at the thing? Did he maybe donate
still
again?
At 10-2.
Refresh.
Still at 10-2. Let's hit it again. Still 10-2. Yeah. So basically he's changing it from Meet the Spartans, but I don't want to get out of that because I want to hear Brad squeal.
I think we all do.
It's fun hearing go through puberty.
Yeah, Brad will enjoy it, Kira. You'll hear raid references throughout the whole thing, and I'm like, okay, well, that's no fun.
There's no hand-to-hand fisticuffs in Akira. So
there's just heads exploding with telekinesis.
Heads exploding and motorcycles with pipes.
Yeah, that is a really violent cartoon. And it's like I said, you look at the influence of Blade Runner, you see it all over that movie.
It'd be nice, or that what is nice that they were gonna make one with Zac Efron as Kaneda. They're trying to, how they always try to make real life ones. That was a while ago. They were gonna make that. I don't think that would have been great. That was more in his Disney age, not now. That was back when he was way younger.
Denis Villeneuve should make the Akira movie. Make it like Blade Runner. Hey, so while
that might put Forth to sleep.
Yeah. This Tuesday, we are going to be at the Galaxy Boulevard Mall. Me and Pooh.
Okay.
Oh, somebody up his Pooh. We're going to be handing out posters and just making fools of ourselves, having some fun.
Are you going to be dressed up as Pooh?
No, I don't do dress.
What's that mask for?
Other people to do. It's for the person that will. It'll be in
You're the
overalls.
person with the mask. I think you should do it. It'd be like get a 6'2"
I think
pool
not. I
going
have
on.
business to attend to while I'm there. I can't. So now we're gonna be giving out posters and
eating
movie,
a pretzel is not business there.
What's up? What was that, Clint?
Eating a pretzel is not business at the Boulevard.
No, I'm actually going to be,
Fourth has a comment for you there, William.
Who cares?
I mean, it's kind of relevant to his donation, so.
No, you can't be changing it. Spider-Man, read my last comment.
Go up a little bit.
I made 2 donations, 1 for 200, 1 for 1. That's fine. Dude, you don't have to twist my arm to watch Akira. That's damn sure. I mean, so yeah, we can do Akira. We should be doing movies like Akira. If we can fit in straight up science fiction movies into the charity, now that we, for the most part, ran out of Zack Snyder films, then
I'm all for it.
Oh, Ruth, hold on. Let me.
So you said you're pushing back the fundraiser from the 19th to the 26th or the 22nd or the 7th?
I'm thinking about it. I'm considering it. I haven't made up my mind yet because the AFSP, the Walk for Suicide Walk, is here, and they're going to get a portion of the funds. The AFSP National is going to get a portion, and AFSP Local is going to.
Is that when you're going to do the big check? You're going to hand them over the big check during
I'm going to hand the big check to them. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess I could keep it at the 20. I mean, it doesn't matter because they're going to get it. I mean, if it ends on the 19th and when the walk, I mean, they have, everybody has access to the funds. If anybody FSP, once they have like a little meeting, they decide that's on them. And so whatever they decide, I'm going to get a big check printed out and be at the actual walk itself. I think it'll be kind of cool. And plus we'll be having Kimmy.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We'll have Kim Buckholz. We've had her on last year. She's actually she heads up the local chapter here, and I can't wait to get her back on because, like I said, we've been trying to explain the importance of it. It's going to be even better when you actually have somebody inside the organization and somebody who's actually joined the organization because she lost her brother to suicide. So it means a lot to her. So it's going to be great to have her on. What about Jogo? What's going on?
He had a question about screening for his for his Batman fan film or his Robin fan film.
I have not gotten a response back from whether or not I can do that. I mean, because like I said, it's different for me being an affiliate and being someone who has a partnership with those IPs. They're really particular about how those IPs are presented. If you notice on my channel, there's not a lot of stuff. We can talk about it opinion wise, things like that, and then we can promote it and things, but when we show trailers or when we're doing giveaways, it all gets filtered through them because those IPs belong to someone else. So it would be different if it was just the William Powell channel, but it's not. It's the Sci-Fi Center channel, and Sci-Fi Center is directly affiliated with people who own those IPs. So I sent out an email. If I get the thumbs up on it, I had a link. I sent the link in the email to the one that you sent in the Discord, and then I'm just going to wait to hear back. It's the weekend, so it probably won't be until next week that I hear back from them.
So how much for Howard the Duck Encore in October?
I don't know, man. I mean, can I make it to October first? I'm trying to make it through March, and it's been a struggle.
Yeah, you're one to talk. I may not make it to October.
Yeah, I mean, dude. I mean, I'm worried. I'll have to hook you up to one of them iron lung or something or whatever's going on. So, all right, let me.
Anthony's in the chat, and he has a question for you. Just about I guess there's is there a trailer already? I didn't know.
Yeah, we showed it.
Oh, I've been gone for the last couple of days.
Oh, you've been gone. Yeah, we showed. Yeah, we covered the Penguin trailer. We covered all. Dude, this is a week full of trailers. We'll probably replay it again tonight. We're probably going to cover a lot of the stuff that we covered this week because we had a lot. I mean, it wasn't, usually during the week we don't have this much news, but there was like 4 trailers. There was 2 Game of Thrones trailers, 1 Penguin trailer, the Beetlejuice trailer, a new Monkey Man trailer that got us kicked off the internet for no good reason. I mean, they put us back on and restored it.
One of those shows.
Yeah, it was only for a couple of minutes. It was because Phil Collins coming in the air tonight was on there, and it was a mistake. It's the algorithm automatically does it. It's not Universal. Universal doesn't. They want you promoting it, so they fixed it. They fixed it. So now when you play it, it plays all the way through, no interruptions. So
so Brad's fault, right?
Always.
Well, he's the one who wanted to show that trailer, but still, we shouldn't listen. When you have social media and you're a movie company, you should be. That's free advertisement. I mean, they pay hundreds of millions to keep us talking about their stuff, and here we are doing it for free. And you're gonna fuck us, but it's YouTube is the problem.
Isn't it the record company that's getting you, not necessarily the movie company?
Well, it's the agreement that the record company has with YouTube and how YouTube.
Right, but you just mentioned how YouTube is kind of automatically flagging things, so the record company is probably overzealous on their behalf. Yeah,
their algorithm matches the catalog. So for Virgin Records, it automatically matches that up and automatically flags it. Virgin doesn't care because they got paid for that anyway. They already got paid for that to have that license.
And the record, that's ironic because the record company is a bunch of thieves, anyways. But you know.
Yeah, but Universal doesn't care because they want you threading the trailer. It's YouTube because back in the day, remember YouTube, they didn't have these agreements. They just in the last 3 or 4 years, the agreements have gotten better to where it's not as expensive. Oh my goodness. There was a better chance of Jimmy Hoffa coming through that door than you. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me come here. Real, hold on. Let me touch you. Look at this, man. It's been a while, man. Good to see you. Yeah.
So William's running to his pals.
You know.
See your stuff online.
Yeah, I got a sale on the variants. Also, this wall, main money wall number 1 and 2. So just it varies. So just let me know what you got, and then we'll go up to there. Everything but the new ones that just came in, because I'm still pricing those. But everything on the variant wall, yeah, those are just brand new ones. But everything on the main variant walls, you can take a look at, and then we'll. I've been all right. Like I said, just.
So I was passing. I came this way today. I always want. So there used to be
all right. So Anthony's asking about the test.
How have I stayed in business? Creative.
William's busy.
You got to be creative. You just got to be able to make the adjustments. They were in a situation where they couldn't adjust, and you have to control the overhead, which is why they left, because that plaza lost their fucking mind and decided they were going to triple their rent. And you can't. It's a comic book business, man. And you can't. Shit, we're doing. The margins are already thin, so you just have to keep that in. Like I said, I fight with these guys to control our overhead to so that it fits what we're able to do, and then it just has to be more of an adjustment to where you're at. They were a neighborhood comic book store. We're not in the neighborhood. We're in the middle of the city. We're in the middle of the tourist district. So a lot of the stuff that they had was.
He thinks he's in the middle of the city. He's in the ghetto.
Well, middle of the city, inner city. I can see the hotels. Our industry is hotels and casinos. I can see those out my window. Neighborhood stores are a little bit different. So a lot of stores that open up in this area, they don't adjust for tourists. So you just get a bunch of back issues, get a bunch of plaques, get a bunch of all that stuff, and that stuff sells over, Summerlin, Torrey Pines, all that. But in the middle of the city, where they're getting off the plane and Googling you have to be ready for them. And every store that's been in this area in the last 10, 15 years is done the same thing, and then they've all gone away. Yep. They come and go. I've seen so many things come and go. It's like, I'm the cockroach. I'll survive the nuclear blast, but it's just constant. Even now, I'm making adjustments to the merchandise now. If it's not moving, it goes. If we discount it, get rid of it, and get something else in there. So, all right, man. Well, yeah, it's good to see you again. Like I said, I was gonna put out a missing, APB, but I didn't do it. I see you online. I know you've been busy. How's the kid? How old is he now? Why? Seems like it's been 10 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You've taken it from, obviously birth and diaper, and then 3 a.m. he's crying, and you're getting up, and
oh man, yeah. See, now you got like 4 or 5 more, because you said once you get the first one out the way, it's like, okay, you're getting one. You're getting one. That was it right there. The part of the equation that makes it happen said you're just coming. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I like I said,
know who your special guest is.
Well, here,
Your
you want
guest
to
stars.
put you in real quick? I don't know because you've been missing for so long. It's I don't know if I put you on camera if the marshals are going to come get you. Nah, it's actually not been that long. It's just it's been longer than it should have. But yeah, that's how we do it, man. It's like it's more of a yeah. Oh, those are legit too. They're 1977. You know you want them, but you'll leave here with them. All right, we're ready. I heard Clint say something. That's all. All right. Ruth, did you want to be on? You know what? I'll put the ring in. I'll put it in there. Nicotine is in your movie. That's not a good way to get me to play it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Andre. I know you're probably watching. Yeah, the only like I said, the only difference, like I said, I have to get approval for it to show it on this channel. All right, is everybody ready? Is everybody
Yeah, I'm ready on my side. I don't know about everybody else. You said it was on Peacock.
It's on Peacock.
Is it on Tubi?
It's on the. You don't have to. Yeah, I don't know about Tubi. It might be on Tubi. If it's on Tubi, that's even better.
Force the Tubi master.
Yeah, he's like the spokesman.
Yeah, he is. They actually he pays them to advertise for them. It's kind of how the Tubi model works.
Tubi's the future, man. Tubi's. I remember when Tubi started versus what Tubi is now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like night and day. It's like night and day. I mean, they've gotten sponsors now. They got their own content now.
Yeah. And then he just it's coming soon to the UK. And then Ruth said it's on Amazon.
Aaron was talking about that. Yeah. All right. So, and then hold on, Fourth. I'm gonna get you.
So what did Fourth end up doing for his big birthday party last week? You know, while his birthday coincided with the scary movie watching.
Yeah, him and Larry.
Yeah.
For having birthdays. I know. Didn't we sing him happy birthday? Did we sing him? Somebody sing him happy birthday.
I don't know about that. We sang for Aaron. Hers was a couple weeks back there.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
last week or so.
Damn, everybody's. All right, I'm gonna send you Fourth. I'm gonna send you the link. I don't know how interested you are coming on. Everybody else, it's in the Patreon stream or the Patreon. By the way, does anybody? I'm using Buffer. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You say what you're saying, man. It's cool.
I need a link that does all my posts all at once. I was using Buffer, but it don't work.
I don't know. You're gonna have to check the chat for that one. I'm not on social media like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Anthony is got a question for you there.
Go ahead and read it for me real quick.
Before you start, what are your thoughts on the apparent test screens for Captain America?
I don't care. Test screenings are worthless. Nobody, no fan, nobody who outside of the actual production process should give a fuck about test screenings because you don't know what they're seeing. You don't know work that they're seeing. There's a purpose to test screenings, and it's not necessarily the whole movie. They're showing you they're showing you all kinds of stuff, and then like a lot of it, I've been through one where there's like a bunch of blank shit that you don't see, and they're looking for your reactions, not just for the whole movie, for certain scenes to see what they're
really fit.
Yeah, or if what they're doing is working out. If it's something that's not getting a response, this is long before production is over. In many cases, so I wouldn't. When you hear test screenings, I wouldn't. Me personally, I don't attach anything to them, and that's from somebody who's
speaking of test screens, I read about the test screens of Blazing Saddles and how bad it was.
Yeah, I mean that ends up being an all-time classic for a lot of people. So, all right, everybody's got the link. All right, everybody's ready. Brad should be here. I'm kind of stalling because I'm trying to get Brad.
Ruth's asking where Brad is, and Drogo says he's having a little nappy poo. So maybe he
was teaching taekwondo or something. So Saturday is a little bit different from me. And also remember he's on 3 hours time. Like most of you guys are 3 hour time different, so it's like high traffic time for him. So I wanted him to be here for. So and plus, like I said, I wanted to be able to find it. Arrival's a really good movie. It's a depressing movie. Dude, listen,
where's Larry? Where's Larry? This is like a Villeneuve movie, right?
This is actually this is one of his requests.
So you gotta track him down. You gotta call him out.
I don't check. Larry, if you're watching, you knew we were doing it too.
You got the Discord. You got his Twitter. You got something. Numbers.
I don't have his Twitter. He's on Discord. Automatically gives you a notification. So
you don't got the red phone. You don't got the red phone in your office to hit Larry up whenever you need to.
Man. I used to have one of those, but it wasn't real. I used to have the bat phone here. Let's see.
I was pointing out to them when we were watching the Dark Knight Returns. They had the red phone was in there. The bat phone was in there.
We were watching that. Okay, yeah, good. Guys on Discord, I'm still getting used to Discord, so it's weird because I thought I was responding to someone directly, and it wasn't. It was just another post. And then Brad knew how to do it. I'm not on it. Once I'm on it a lot, then I'll be using it. But it pings us that because we'll be doing a show actually live, and you guys are in Discord talking to each other. I'm like, okay, cool.
Ruth says she's gonna shoot him a shout out on Discord. All right. William just up and ran off. I guess it's my shop now. Oh! I thought I was taking over the Sci-Fi Center.
Nah, the chime is blowing the wind. It's driving me fucking crazy.
Hey,
all
is
right,
the bird
guys.
situation situated?
No. They don't. They figured it out though that they need to stay near where they fly in because once they get into the middle of the route, they're pretty much finished. I'm just hoping that one of them just doesn't die up there and it'll like be dying or something. But yeah, I've guided a few out. Had some pigeons flying through the store. I had the door open, so when I got them out to where they need to be, they I'm like, fly over here, dude. You see the open door? One of them hit the glass, and I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. It lived.
Known technomancer 4th 1000 is complaining about how Discord's not intuitive as it's only as intuitive as an old BlackBerry phone. So he's gonna usher us into the new age.
BlackBerry, I haven't heard that on this. I think that's the first time we used BlackBerry.
That's what I'm saying. He's referencing some shit that
dude,
people who use Discord weren't even alive when BlackBerry was out.
I was a BlackBerry guy when that first came out. I missed my buttons. And remember the Palm Trio? Dude, I had that phone when I was on active duty. The Palm Trio could take a tank shell to it, man. The paint would be gone. You'd have to know where your keys were. But man, it had light up. But man, that Palm Trio, I took to Fort Irwin. I took that to Arizona. I took that out on a tank. That Palm Trio could take it. It wasn't the prettiest phone, and it was fun and clunky, but man, and the only reason I stopped using it is because as these phones happened in the early 2000s, they just migrated programming. Like BlackBerry, eventually, it
was a touchscreen smartphone a good 10 years before the iPhone came out. Right?
Yeah, because you could have Palm Trio. You had the buttons at the bottom, and you had the stylus. It was the first one with the stylus.
That's the Trio. The Trio was the pull-up.
Palm Trio 900.
Yeah,
oh my goodness,
I remember that
phone.
Back in my day, we used to walk uphill both ways to school.
Droga says that Brad would be Killer Moth in his ideal Batman situation, and you would be Lucius Fox. I don't know if I'm ever calling you Lucius at all, so that's not probably gonna happen. But I could see you as like I don't know, like Killer Croc, like Waylon Jones. You know what I'm saying?
The one thing
Waylon Jones thing with you.
Another wasted an Academy Award winner in that role. I thought could have did a lot with that role, but when you look at the Dark Knight trilogy, especially Dark Knight and Dark Knight, there's just so many people in the movie. No one
knows how to line them up.
Yeah, but I just thought the movie was crowded because once the Joker's on the screen, I had no use for Two-Face, and that was a great performance by him. But it was.
I was going to say so ultimately, let's setting the Joker aside, right? Do you enjoy Eckhart's performance as the Two-Face, and do you enjoy the story they give you for him?
Yeah, I just thought it needed to be in a movie all its own.
You think the Joker took up too much real estate and too much gravitas for Two-Face to be effective?
As he should have, yeah.
So you're basically saying you got too much of a good thing going on in that movie.
Yeah, sometimes that's the thing because, like I said, once you see the very first time you see Heath Ledger as Joker, he dominates every scene that he's in, and
I would have much rather. I feel like Two-Face fit in the story where he fit, but I would much rather have seen Eckhart have a performance of Two-Face. As opposed to
I would have rather had him not in the movie totally than had another movie.
Set him up. You could set him up, or even have the disaster or the injury happen in Dark Knight, and then have him come back in Dark Knight.
Yeah, and then have him in. He should have been in Dark Knight Rises because Two-Face
was much Bane was shit. That version of Bane is trash. And
once again, one of my favorite actors, and Tom Hardy. I hate that role for him. You know, I mean, Tom Hardy can do any role, but that role to me, that's why I don't want to see Dave Bautista do that one. I'm like, dude, you have a brilliant actor in Tom Hardy, and then you basically evolve.
One minor thing they got right about Bane's Tom Hardy's Bane, right, was that he was prepared. He was tactically ready to fight. He was tactically prepared to fight Batman. If they gave Bautista cunning and let him be like a master planner, not just a brute like Bane is in the books, would you appreciate that?
No, because the character is so flawed, it doesn't matter who interprets him. See, the thing, he has.
I don't think that I would disagree, because I don't think Bane is totally flawed all the way to his core. I think that you can put Bane in bad stories, or you can write him badly, and that's happened. But I think
you can't make him but you can't make him a focal point. He's too flawed to be the focal point in any story, and he was. They brought him in to be a focal point, and he just doesn't have it as a character. It's like Doomsday. Doomsday had no fucking business being the focal point of a story, other than, like I said, that fabricated, the end of the world.
Yeah, Doomsday only works in his story, and Bane only works Bane works better in earlier stories, because eventually he doesn't outclass any supervillain to the point where he's not just going to be an elevated henchman.
Like
I get that, but
Roz is a gold standard for me as far as villains go. Hold on for a second.
The bad thing about Bane is the easily offended co-host of a show when he does a terrible impression.
That's all Bane.
Well,
that's all Bane.
No good impression of Bane. Actually, the impression of Bane that they do is actually pretty decent. And it does. It's just there's no good interpretation. That's a horrible interpretation of anything.
Yeah, his Bane, his Hardy Bane isn't bad. It's his other accents.
Yeah. Oh, it's his Australian.
Oh, Forrest says you should be William is still. I think Droger agrees with me on the Waylon Jones Killer Croc deal. I'm kind of back in time there. I'm not 40 or 80 comments back, but I'm a little bit back in time.
Numbers. We're gonna watch that later on afternoon, right around 5 o'clock.
So Forrest wants to paint blackface or black paint on his face and be Mr. Terrific. I'm curious, but I guess that's what you'd like to do. For
seeing what Forrest looks like, that won't be necessary. Hold on for a second.
Ouch.
Everybody. Are we ready?
Yeah. I think it's time to pass the reins to you. I think you're finally out of your in your big boy pants, and I think it's time for you to do a real countdown. I think you're it. I think this is it.
I'm going to do my countdown. So hey.
Oh shit.
I got you. Here we go. I am going. We're at on Peacock. I'm at zeros on Peacock right now. Was
Mr. Specific Forrest's going to call himself. Even though he's a very vague kind of guy, but hey, whatever. Mr. Specific, if you want. Hey, man, it's your birthday week. You do you.
All right, everybody ready? We're about to push play. And before I start, just remember, be donating if you can. If you cannot donate, understandable. That's just me word. But share the stream, put it in the hands of people who can. A lot of our progress is come from people who are not necessarily part of our immediate community, but it all spins all go the same cause. All right, you ready, Spidey, to screw this up with me?
I am. Before we move on, Fun was talking on this Bane stuff, and I don't want to get out of hand and never get a response. He said, he thinks Bane's a good focal point. He broke Batman's back in the comics.
We'll just have to. That's
the fun mic drop. That's not me.
Yeah, we will just have to.
No, Ruth, I gotta leave it. I gotta see if Williams made his progress, or if he's at that next level. I believe in him. This is the training wheels coming off.
Nah, it wasn't this Corona phone. It was just the phone, not the phone. The camera had been sitting with dust on it for a little bit, so I got rid of that. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
Have fun watching the movie, guys. I'm going to log off and lay down. It's a little too much for
All right,
me.
man. Get better.
All right, Clint. Thanks for joining us, man.
Later.
I've not seen this movie before.
You haven't? Oh,
I've not.
Pay attention. The way the movie rolls out is probably one of the more unique movies that you'll ever see as far as the genre goes. I gotta mute myself. There we go.
We're gonna get anybody else joining us in lieu of Clint?
The link is here. I put the link in Patreon. I don't know why. I don't know if anybody wants to, but here we go. Let's do this then.
Let's get Fun on. He was just talking shit. Let's get somebody new on. A little fun action.
Here you go, guys. Try to stay focused on where our goal is today. The goal, so I'm keeping the page up. We are currently at 10,200.
Numbers has a question for you. If you get casted as John Henry Iron Steel, what would your workout regimen be? I think
Why did I
they're
bring
fan
that
casting you
up?
as Steel.
Why did I bring that
They're
up?
fan casting
Why
you
did
as
I bring that
Steel.
up? They know how much I hate that character in that
How about
movie,
Ben
so-
Grimm? Huh?
Well, that's all CGI, so there you go.
Nah. You could do it without even makeup, bro.
You would no. Oh, fuck you. Man. You know what? I don't know what you look like, so you could look like. I mean, I want to. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah. Let's just say I look like
You might look like
guy
a
behind a mask.
goblin or something.
Nah. It would be cool though, right? One of the goblins. Get the goblin glider going. That'd be awesome.
You might look like Pete Davidson or something. You sound like him.
I sound
if you
like
had
Pete
an
Davidson.
accent. If you had a Brooklyn accent, you'd be him. That's probably what you look like. I think that's what you. I'm gonna imagine that's what you look like.
Okay. Well, once again, so Forrest thinks I look like the guy on an episode of Seinfeld, and you think I look like Pete Davidson.
Oh,
so.
Kramer. He looks
No,
like.
he
Does he look like Kramer?
No, he thinks I look. Remember the episode where Elaine was dating this white guy that she thought was black, and then he thought she was black, and they were both white? Do you remember this episode, or you're not really a Seinfeld fan?
I don't watch Seinfeld.
So
I've watched
the joke of the episode is they appeared to be racially ambiguous, but they were both white. But either way, either way, not even close. All right, I'm paying attention to the movie. I'm not going to pull a fourth. Fall asleep on it.
Well, it's a pacing movie. If you're not it's a slow build, and it's a slow build, and it culminates in like a really. I won't spoil it for those of you who haven't seen it.
Well,
this is an uplifting movie. This isn't an uplifting movie. I'll leave it at that.
You said it isn't an uplifting movie, or it is?
Not. Okay, depending on what you consider to be uplifting as far as resolutions and stuff goes.
Okay, well, we'll find out. I've never seen it, so I don't know.
And my thing is pausing up on me. God damn it. Where are you at for or Spidey?
Give me a second here.
Because I'm at 324.
338.
Climbing.
Okay,
so I'm not that far behind. Okay, that's fine. I can always catch up because I'm going to have to go front and back. So, all right, I'm refreshing our screen. Hopefully, we reach our goal.
So, in your pantheon of Villeneuve movies, where do you rank this?
It's a tough one. I just thought about that now. Where I obviously Blade Runner 2049 is number 1. Dune 2 is number 2. I would have to say Arrivals is number 3.
Okay.
And then Dune 1 comes after that. And then there's like a real close tie with the rest of his movies because not all of them are genre movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, obviously, I'm more partial to genre movies, but
well, I'm a big fan of that Sicario movie he did. I love
Hey,
that show.
what's up, guys?
Hey, mutual. I'll mute you. Hold on.
What's going on, Axel?
There you go. Hold on. I got it. His background was coming in. So, yeah. So not all of his movies. You know, those ones are good, but to me, I mean, obviously, I'm partial. So it's going to be those ones. But Arrival is like right behind Dune 2 for me. And like I said, it just made me feel just a certain way. It's like, wow. The resolution is a fine resolution into a movie. It's just like, wow, man. You know, don't watch this if you're wanting to finish your day on the happiest note. I'll just leave it there, and you'll see why.
Numbers is asking me what villain in Spider-Man would I like to see adapted in movies. I'm going to be honest with you. Hobgoblin is probably what I'd say because when it comes to the Spider-Man villains, whether they're well done or not, I've been spoiled in that all my Spider-Man villains I'd like to see have been adapted. So if anything, I would like to do the Hobgoblin storyline, and I would like maybe for him to show up a little earlier in somebody else's movie and then kind of pay off later on.
A green goblin that doesn't look like a hot one.
Like that doesn't look like a stormtrooper in a green outfit. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But you got to give it up to Defoe. William Dafoe killed it as Norman Osborn. He's a great Norman
I also
Osborn.
want to say this The Death of Jane DeWolf.
The who? The death of who?
Jane DeWolf. It's a cop.
Okay.
She's a cop.
Okay.
Oh, Spider-Man.
I'm sorry, the alarm thing. You said Jane DeWolf the cop, right?
Oh, the Death of Jane DeWolf by the Sin Eater.
Yeah, that's what Drogo mentioned. Fourth, I haven't seen Prisoners either. I'm always thinking of watching it, and I always skip watching it.
Prisoners is good. Prisoners is good. I don't have it in my top 3 because, like I said, I'm a genre guy, but it's really good. It's up there. All of his movies are like literally. He doesn't have a bad film.
All right, Ruth's telling me I got to pay attention. Keep my eyes on the prize. Yeah, I'd have to agree with William. I don't need to see the Demon Goblin, but Hobgoblin for sure.
Hobgoblin or a
well done
proper
Green Goblin saga. Yeah.
The acting was good, but the costume was shitty.
I
didn't hate Dane DeHaan as Harry
I
Osborn.
wouldn't mind seeing Spider-Man Life Story as an animated movie.
Yeah, like going through like a few movies throughout like the years, like time skips or whatever. His major fights and such. Yeah, that could be cool. It would be cool if Marvel did something like the Marvel's comic where they touch on all the major things that happen, but like maybe make it like 1 or 2 movies where they just touch on all the major events that happen.
No, just have it as one movie, like just an animated movie. Like it doesn't have to be canon anywhere. Just
Did you see all the Spider-Mans in the Spider-Man section?
I haven't decided. I'll probably get one.
Okay.
I just don't know which one I'm gonna get yet.
Well, I have.
I also want them to bring back the 90s Spider-Man show.
Like they're doing with the X-Men here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking on that earlier, Droga. There's a couple of things that were done with that show, like Mary Jane being a water clone of Hydro Man, but I guess they left that open so you could have her coming back. The Spider Clone thing, when they got back from Secret Wars, is kind of rushed, but obviously the show was wrapping up, so that's just what they did with it. There was a lot of reused animation, so that would be humorous if they kind of referenced it, but if they obviously went beyond it, it would be great too, right? So, like how many times they show their neogenic recombinator? 1.5 million times. So.
I will give you that one for 12.
But it was a cool show. It was a cool show. It hit a lot of the notes of the storyline.
Especially that theme song.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if he was cringe. I don't know if I think he was the best Harry Osborn Fourth, but you know, to each his own. But we're on arrival. Sorry, sorry, Fourth. Get me back in the game.
Spider-Man.
Without spoiling anything, Ruth, are there things I should be looking for? I mean, that's kind of a loaded kind of deal there. But.
Spider-Man. The 90s Spider-Man theme song is so goated.
Have you seen this before, Droga?
No, I have not.
This is my first time watching it as well. Fortunately, we won't be able to do that.
He got nominated for Academy Award. I think this was his nomination. His first win will be Dune, but this was. I mean, another one of his movies that didn't make a lot of money, and that's why people were arguing with me last night on our stream. Because as much as I love the original Dune that came out in 2021, without HBO Max and without the rewatchability on Max, I think Brothers considers it a bomb. And everybody came after me like, "Well, I made a point." I'm like, "No, your determining factor or whether it's what the studio thinks of a film and it's their money is the fact that they waited long after the box office was done to see the HBO Max numbers to see if they were going to greenlight Dune 2." So
yeah, I thought they were always planning on doing 2 of them because of how they ended it off. I didn't realize
Legendary,
it was up in contention.
Both Legendary and Warner Brothers did not know how it was going to do, and they were sketchy on because the box office numbers weren't for what they spent on Dune. The box office numbers weren't like mind blowing, you know. And it was a very expensive movie to make. So, but HBO Max, like I said, you take HBO Max, everybody wants to blame COVID on it. I'm like, nah, Dune's a complex. He makes complex movies that are not for everybody. They're not for the masses, but they can, you know, they can catch on, you know. I think everybody should watch more of his movies. She text you back.
Fourth is talking shit and says he's gonna come back and watch Signs and he'll be back after.
Yeah.
What's
You haven't seen Dune 1 or 2?
This is your customer you're talking to?
What, the Women's Protection Program doesn't have movies? I know they didn't give you Disguise because I recognized you. I'm like, hey. I was going to shame you. I was going to, because I have the carton thing where you can just put your customer's face in there. I'm like, have you seen this guy? But it hasn't been that long, though. So, and I know ever since you got the kids. All right. Let's see what we got here.
Okay, Ruth, thank you.
Oh, yeah, it's signed by him. Yeah, he came out here. This one's a rare. It's a cutaway cover.
Yeah, I don't know, Fourth. I think he's a little too slow paced for the superhero genre, personally. I see what you're saying, though. Numbers.
30 total. Hey, take one of those Dune bags behind you since you hadn't seen a movie, and it saves me a bag. I'm watching it too. That mask is for the person I'm bringing with me. I'm going to dress him up as Pooh. Oh, did you see part 2? No, part 2 comes out Tuesday. Yeah, no, I was a proponent of part 1, man. We need more Pooh, blood, and honey. Now we have a whole Pooh universe, dude. He's doing the whole. I think I teared up. I was like, finally somebody got inside my head and produced stuff for me.
Hey, William, just so you know, we lost Drogo. I don't know if he left intentionally or we lost his connection.
Well, the link is in the chat, so he should be
Right.
able to get back in. Here, I'll put it in again. So there we go. In case he comes back.
Yeah, he's bound. He's busy.
Okay. There you go. Had to look at the card to just see if I remember the name. I didn't want to make sure, you know. Yeah, man, exchange. Tell Fitbrit to come on down. You know, she's much easier to get to than you. You put up a resistance, and it's more of a challenge. But yeah, her. In fact, she was here right now. Baby Yoda would be done with her right now. You know, you like to torture yourself. You deserve good things, man.
They kind of went through stuff. They found them. I don't know if you can tell. It was either Burger King or McDonald's. It's Superman, Darkseid, Wonder Woman, and Batman.
Yeah.
And they're holding, and it's a white where you would put your cup.
Yeah.
And it's from like 19.
I remember that. It was superpower. So it was Burger King. Yep. Where are they at now? Oh, okay. You know what would look great sitting next to those? Yeah. Where are you going to find them? Where are you going to find? I got it. Where are you going to find them in that condition? Those couches are 45 years old. Look at them. Yeah, I'm over. Yeah, I just kept the wind was blowing the door open and driving me crazy with that shine.
They look great, man.
Legit, not a copy. 1977, right there. The whole set.
Someone came and sold them to you?
Yeah.
Good job, sir. They look great. Can't even use them.
Well, you're not supposed to.
Fourth, I see what you're saying, but no, I'm trying to get the ambiance built up here. It's a little too daytime right now here for me to watch this though.
Yeah. So Ruth, you've seen this one, so yeah, it's communication is key in this movie.
All right.
And,
well, now you're speaking my language. Metal Gear Solid 5 is about, a parasite that, goes after people's vocal cords based on what language they speak.
That customer was not in a meal whatsoever. He's just not his thing.
Thank you, Ruth. Brad needs to take notes from Ruth. You frozen, William?
No.
Okay,
I got a customer
okay.
in the store.
Got it.
Back.
William's a martial artist too. He practices snail style. So we were watching him in a kata right there. Be cool if you guys actually came in the modern decades with your anime and manga things. Like Akira is great for us, but it also wasn't the only anime ever made either. I know William is stuck in a certain year, but hey, the rest of us move with time.
You married the right woman. I told you that, right? Yeah, I want to make sure when you get home, do me a favor because I didn't want to do it for you or for anybody who's getting it. Take some black tape and go behind there because these frames are when you hang them just before you hang it. Do it that one. That way, just right in the corner. I could have done it, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to, work the post or anything. So here you go. That's 20.
I think how the clouds are rolling over the mountains and the plains like that looks cool.
As long as they stay in the movie and not here in Vegas, I don't need no rain.
What do you want from me?
I mean, it's just an elevation thing, dude. So I mean, if you're up in the mountains, maybe that happens.
Discounted because that's $20 and all these everything I just got today.
Or the manga of Akira is literally just a frame for frame is the same as the movie. I don't think there's anything different in the manga.
5 even. All right.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I got more 350s, but this was the only virgin black and white.
It's nice.
Oh, you haven't been here since
I don't think that Akira sucks numbers. I just think there's,
You see what it's signed.
Oh,
I don't think it's overrated either. I think it's overstated. I think a lot of people overstate it.
San Diego.
But I don't think it's necessarily
It was
overrated.
my
I think it's
mission
fine.
for San Diego. I was there for 4 days. Yeah, I was so happy when I got that.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter what else went on there. As long as I got that, I was so happy. Because like I said, if you look at the post before I went down to San Diego, I took all 4 of the assassination plot down with me, and then I got this one signed. And getting to him was the whole con. I didn't do it till 11 o'clock that Sunday afternoon before I flew out. So yeah, and Kuna Coil was there too. I got it.
Numbers says it sucks, man. I can't call it, man.
Yeah. So got it. You even got a Dune. Now you can go watch Dune Part 1.
I watched on HBO.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Like I said, most people who saw Dune 1, a lot of people who saw Dune 1 saw it on HBO Max. So once you see once you see that one on Max, go see Dune 2 in the theaters. Yeah. Get it without the popcorn because it's $28 with the popcorn. No joke.
Ruth's calling you on your bullshit, William. And then And then
You know what?
the fourth is
Listen,
attempting to
I'll
call
deal
me
with
on
you.
mine.
Ruth is turning on both me and Brad. Well, I don't know what happened.
She's tired of you guys' bullshit. She is so tired of your guys' bullshit. She's got to say something.
You're antagonized shit. That's what it is.
I don't antagonize anything. All I do is keep the peace. I keep it nice and dry on the chat. You know what I mean?
Staring at pot is what you're doing.
William, I'm just like, I'm like a cooler
whatever.
version of you that's younger. Like way younger.
Please.
Like half your age or younger. Less than
Not
half
even
your
a
age.
cooler version of you.
That doesn't make any sense. You see, I wouldn't have said that because I'm a cooler version of you. You would have said that, and I would have said something different. Proof is in the pudding right there, dude.
Keep digging that hole there. I'll give you in a second.
Now, here's the tragedy right here.
Yeah.
Is Brad will be on time for Scary Movie 5, but he won't be on time for this, and he'll
For
want to watch.
then he complains that we're
But
watching.
he wants to see a good movie, right? So now we got a good movie on Nowhere to Be Found. Like, come on, Brad. I know you can hear us, Brad. We need you on the stream.
That would suck.
You need the balance, Brad.
That would suck. All right. Let me know if you need.
Just make sure that you're maybe like 15 seconds behind us, so when you do your 10-second ahead spoiler, it'll actually be like something that we're just processing in the arrears. So if you give it a good 15 seconds, we'll be good. Yeah, I said she was calling you on your shit. Fourth is apparently calling me on mine. So.
Shit? I love the movie. What are you talking about? What's the shit that I'm being called on?
She said it was a commercial success. You said it was not a commercial success. So she
went no average is
she got the receipts. Average... Listen.
No,
she got the receipts.
It made $200 million. It's not a $200 million movie. It didn't make nearly as much as it should because it got looked over. It didn't get the proper attention until it got nominated. I mean, $200 million is not. I mean, you look at his movies now. He's making the money now. All of his movies should have made.
Listen,
every one of Denis Villeneuve's movies should have made the money that Dune 2, including Dune 1. But he's a complex.
I'm not a movie numbers math kind of guy, but as I understand it, Ruth's daytime work is specifically in the movie business number stuff, and murdering, of course, is her night job. So
yeah,
she might have you.
Nah, and this was actually a topic of discussion when it comes to his movies. Blade Runner, the whole deal. It's like it's not as many people, you know. See, now this one right here, what was considered, like not profit margin says 47 million. I don't remember. They didn't spend a lot of money advertisement. So this one made 150 and 150 profit. But when you look at the level of his movies, this movie here is one of those movies that should have been in the 3 or 4s. It was a lot of people didn't understand this movie when it came out. You're seeing with Dune 2 the kind of numbers that all of his movies or should have made. It's not his fault, by the way. Not his fault at all. It's just that, now look at Dune 1. Dune 1, a lot of people are going back. I just had a customer leave the store right now that's going to go home and watch Dune 2021. It's just, he's ahead of his time, and the money doesn't always match up.
Oh, you gotta. He was just literally just wrapping up his response to you, Ruth, like right now. He basically said the same old, like, math doesn't lie. 92 through 98.
They didn't know advertising on their arrival. But if you look at of films, they grossly, including the ones I love, but he's not one of those guys where you can. He's one of the few guys, handful of guys that were coming to box office. You kind of have to set that aside a little bit. That's one of the rare situations where the math isn't always the champ, because Blade Runner 2040 lost a tremendous amount of money. That Warner Brothers was sort of happy with it because it won 2 Oscars with it, and it made money on the back end in physical media. So, you got any questions, man? All right. But if you look at his box office, whatever. What's up?
Did you watch Arrival in the theater?
Yes. Yeah, in a very empty theater. I saw it twice in empty theaters, and I'm like, this is a damn shame. When you watch this movie, this is high. This is all those movies you see making a whole bunch of more money. This should have been up there with them, but And that's what gave them pause about Dune 2 should have been shot at the same time Dune 1. But they doubted whether Dune 1 could do anything. And they waited a long time before they decided Dune 2. You could have saved yourselves.
That was also because
that
of
management.
COVID was going on, right? COVID was going on
Well,
during
not
the
no, before that, because remember Dune 2 was in the can before COVID even hit.
I don't
Dune
know
2 was
anything
already
about
hit.
production of that.
Yeah, Dune 2 was already done, before COVID. Remember, COVID didn't become a thing for us until March of 2020, mid-March of 2020. And Dune was already well done, and the advertising game was already, but like I said, in that particular group of Warner Brothers management weren't the rocket scientists, and they have balls. To me, yeah, I'd have been like, I've known enough of Denis Villeneuve's movies to know, go ahead and make Dune 2 at the same time you made Dune 1. Let's save ourselves a couple of bucks. You'll regret it in the end. And now look at them. I mean, we Dune 2, but I think they could have cut that budget down by about 40 or 50 million if they would have just done them back to back. But if we got Dune 2, we're probably going to get a Dune 3. Definitely get a Dune 3.
Well, she filmed this right after she was in BVS, huh? This came out in 2016.
Came out in 2016.
They filmed that in 2015, I guess.
Yeah, and the reviews from critics were stellar. The reviews from the average person, like when we did our watch with this, we did a screw this. I spent I remember being in the lobby after this movie, just fighting for this movie. Just inviting people to understand it, and it's just staying there explaining to them exactly what happened in the movie, because a lot of people didn't understand it. And when you have people, general audience, that left the theater knowing that they saw something, knowing that they enjoyed the quality, but couldn't be able to embrace it, I think that kind of hurt its box office to the point where that might have cost it, in a couple of zeros. I mean, like I said, the money it made profit-wise was good, but when you look back retrospective to any of these movies, all those movies should be what Dune is doing. All of them. That's just maybe I'm just biased because I'm a big fan of his too. But there's not the dialogue. The dialogue in this movie is so well placed. It's either not there at all or it's perfect. And Ruth, don't be siding with Spidey.
She's not siding with anybody, Nobody needs to take my side, man. I'm Spider-Man, dude. I know how it goes. I know what the day in the life of being Spider-Man's all about.
What's going on in the chat with a cure? Somebody dogging a cure or something? I'm looking back here.
No, Fourth and I were having a back and forth a little bit. Nothing serious. Fourth suggests that this movie could use more dialogue, whereas you said there was a perfect amount of dialogue, and then I guess it was said more recently that Villeneuve himself is not a fan of dialogue. So there we got three separate opinions, kind of, or I guess two opinions on the filmmaker's way of doing things.
Some of the best things in Dune don't have dialogue. Or
I like all the Clint Eastwood movies where he's yapping his fucking mouth off all the time.
Yeah, and it works with certain movies, even in 2049, some of the best stuff that have 2049 is just visually and how it's being shot.
So Anthony has something that's kind of relevant if you can touch on it without spoiling the movie or the concepts of the movie while I'm watching it, please. But yeah, still relevant.
The concept in the movie Arrival that people to science fiction genre will understand. You will not have to be. You just have to have basic understanding of certain elements of science fiction, but you don't have to have a detail. I think you'll be fine. Even though it is obviously it's a science fiction movie, about a little bit more than that. There's actually a connecting thread that goes through everything that she's going through. And the aliens, but like I said, I'll leave it at that.
You think maybe it's time for them to reboot and everything and just bring things to simple shit and do a Flash Gordon or something basic, so people can get the basics of sci-fi without having to be invested in something for 100 years or watch part 30 or know what happened in 1977. You know, I guess creator tried to do something new, right? But I guess that was
and we were talking about that last night. Everybody says they want something new and different, but they don't go do new and different things.
That's why I say then go to the shit. All this shit got itself from, and just do Flash Gordon. I guess they tried that shit with John Carter, and that shit didn't work either, though, huh? So
yeah, it was a horribly marketed movie too. It wasn't a bad movie. It was totally
just the point that John Carter touches, inspires a lot of the things that we read and watch now or whatever, right? So
yeah.
And Taylor Kitsch is a terrible actor.
They had to make changes to John Carter to make it PG-13, because obviously, like I said, there's a particular character in there that upon seeing them, you're R-rated.
Yeah.
Okay, you're R-rated as soon as that character shows up, because of her attire or lack thereof. All the time.
Fourth has a something he wants to put a stamp on there. 308. What's going on, Daniel?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of. Every time one comes out, it ends up either not going as great as it should or it bombs, you know. And then we go back to franchises, which is just why the studios are never going to give up franchises and sequels. Never.
So fourth, that's exactly my point. It's not that John Carter is complex. It's not that Flash Gordon is complex. It's that you either need to, people want something so-called new, so then the new stuff is more complex and it's hard for them to follow, or it's not exactly in their wheelhouse, or they need to be invested with shit for, like, since Star Wars came out or something that long. And Star Wars is based off of simple shit like Flash Gordon, which is not really a complicated, complex storyline but still has all the popcorn eating action and the swashbuckling and all the other shit of a classic story. So that's why I say, I'm not saying that John Carter is this deep movie or this deep storyline. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that people say they want something new, they get something new, and it's either too much or it's too different. They give them the shit that's new to them, that's already based, that everything else that they already like is based off of, because then I have at least be new to them but have that feeling of familiarity with them, or that whatever you want to call it. And then Daniel's talking about the creator, William, as far as it being cool. Said it was legit. You definitely should have gone out and watched it if you are more cynical about today's media.
And it didn't completely bomb, but it didn't make much money as it should. And then, when it came to the Academy Award, it got screwed. But like I say, I'm all for original stuff. I mean, I think there should be a healthy balance, but at the same time, when these things come out, people don't go see them. Now, give them a chance on streaming, though, so it still justifies them being made. But at the same time, that's why Netflix and all these other ones are cool, because a lot of this original stuff, weird shit, is on these streaming channels that.
So Ruth is talking about kind of the basis of Arrival.
Yeah. And like I said, you get to a certain part in this movie where the visuals are very important, because they are what tells the story. It's one of the things I love about this movie, especially as you get deeper into it.
Fourth has a response to kind of what you and I were just saying a second ago here.
This right here.
And then Numbers is kind of agreeing with him, it looks like.
Yeah, but that's a small, sampling, though. I mean, there's a lot more of these things. If you want to actually make it to where the studios take bigger risk on the original content, we need more than that. You know what I mean? And we need more of that to be successful. And it can't just be sleeper hits all the time, because the money being in the distribution. I mean, these guys, in order to greenlight a lot of stuff, they want to know that a certain amount of money somewhere is going to be made. And even though the profit margins on these movies, because they don't cost anything to make, remember, and people bring up profit margin to me all the time. Profit margin without volume is nothing. Profit margin without volume, it's like having something cool and then tripping over a crack in the road and dropping it and having a break. If you don't have volume, your profit margin doesn't mean shit.
It's all good if you have a $20 markup, but if you're only selling 3 extra units at a $20 markup, it's not maybe worth the effort for the $60.
Exactly.
As nice as it
Diminishing
is.
returns. Yeah. So I agree with you guys on this, but it's just like now from a business perspective, we got to start showing up to these movies if that really otherwise the market is what we say it is. We can't say, well, we should be doing more and more. If nobody's showing up, then you shouldn't be doing more. You have to go with the math or you go bankrupt. But yeah, the movies he bought up, I mean, I'm not the biggest, I can't sit Terrifier
Well,
anymore.
he just touched on it. He just said that's just a sampling, and you got to give you got to give it up for Fourth. In his birthday, he matured a little bit, and he's actually talking to you straight up without the trolling. So I mean, appreciate.
Yeah, he's not trolling. I don't have to be like, are you trolling?
You can appreciate him when you're getting him because you know tonight he's about to be on fire, right? You know he's going to be on fire.
Last night he was trolling Brad, and it was hilarious. What was he saying? Something was better than Rebel Moon.
I wasn't here.
It was bad. He kept bringing it up. I'm like, Brad, why? You know he just did that to get in your skull, and you did it for free. I'm like, we could have got a donation out of that. You just gave it to him. You just gave him.
Well, maybe Brad can answer for us when he arrives. Maybe he takes the bait as part of the performance. Maybe he bites the bait as part of the performance. Maybe. I don't know.
All right. Just remember, guys, we are at 10,200 on our goal of 15,000. I am going to put the link back in the chat again, even though it's tied to the top, just to remind you of why this time we're watching a really good movie. But yeah, so when we watch the awful movies, and
Force back to trolling. I don't know. He's kind of like serious trolling, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is what he was saying last night. And I'm like, dude, I'm not even clicking on that. But Brad, don't click on that. Of course, Brad clicked on it. And he reached the high point of his voice. And it's like, you know what? You deserve it.
So we got these tentacled beasts in the movie. If you've been following the movie, we got these tentacled beasts in the fog. Plot intensifying.
Yeah, I can't say too much about them because, like I said, it's almost hard at this point to say anything without giving up the goose. And it's a really satisfying resolution, even though mood wise it was like, wow.
A pretty cool design to him. Kind of looks like a hand with hands on it, like on the fingers.
I have not seen this. Numbers. Where are you at? I have to catch up.
Oh, as far as the numbers go, or as far as the timestamp goes?
Yeah.
I have 38:27.
I hate when Peacock does this. Peacock will notice that you're not on the same screen, and it stops it for you because it doesn't want you to miss anything. But come on, just keep it going. There we go. I remember all the memes that came from this. Remember all the memes with the signs and everybody's writing their own thing in the signs.
I'd never seen this. So I never. Really
Oh yeah, it was funny. You'll see because she's writing stuff on the sign, but somebody would blank out that and write their own thing. It's like one of those "your music saved me" things, and then.
So she's a linguist having the first contact with an extraterrestrial race, and then real language. They're understanding each other.
Yeah, and everything that you're about to see from this point on has a reason. From this point on in the movie, there is nothing that is not relevant. Nothing that should be overlooked. And as somebody who hasn't seen it yet, I almost called you Fourth. You'll understand why as you get near the end. So you'll but it's that kind of movie, and
how many times have you seen this?
I've seen this about 4 times. Twice in the theater, and then I watched it a couple times last year.
How about you, Ruth? How many times have you seen it? Rax is in the chat, by the way, William. So you got another.
What's going on here?
No, Aaron. Usually Aaron's joining us on the at least in the chat, if not on the stream.
Yeah, I sent her a link too. So, all right, pay it back.
Okay, this is Ruth's 3rd time seeing it. 4th, how many times have you watched it? Stayed awake till the end without changing the channel.
Ooh, Amazing Fantasy.
Numbers says he's seen it once and never again. Did you not enjoy it? Is that why you never saw it again, or that's just how the blacks fell down?
Okay, I know some people. Once you understand what the movie's about, and once you finish it, I know some people who had situations that mirrored what's going on in the movie that could not watch it again because it affected them in a way that they just, So,
Ruth, I was about to call it, say Spidey. Ruth, I would say, I'm not sure. I'd have to think on that because I can't really think of any off the top of my head. Of course, seen Alien. I like Predator. Predator's pretty cool. Consider that an Alien movie. War of the Worlds is all right. It's not like my favorite.
the 2005 one.
Independence Day, right? Like when I was a kid, I saw it, and I liked it a lot when I was a kid. I don't really watch it.
Where do you guys go?
What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
All you
X-Men
softies
97
and your
toy?
X-Men 97.
Now listen. I'm not a one of these the old show was cool or whatever. And they touched on a lot of the cool storylines, but I mean, it is all right. I think the drawing was better on the Bruce Timm stuff though. But I should have just appreciated everything because soon enough Toy Story came out and they stopped drawing everything. Now we're in the dark ages of animation. Well, except for, get some cool stuff like Spider-Verse and stuff, but
That shit. They can't.
Our number says he wasn't digging it. Fourth is real G's moving silence like lasagna. That's what Forrest's talking about.
1, 2, 3. That song is hilarious, especially when other people cover it. Here he goes again. Dude, stop, peacock shit. I heard somebody compare this to Signs. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't think I like Signs.
I liked Signs up until they showed you too much. Once the Spider Moss alien came out there and started, I mean, that movie it's like Us. It's like Us. Jordan Peele. Us was perfect until they started giving you that Scooby Doo explanation about,
I never seen Us either. But,
yeah. You know what? When you go see Us, stop at the last. Don't watch the last 10 minutes. It's a better movie without the last 10 minutes. It was on its way to being an all-time great for me, and then it's like
this Late Night with the Devil just came out this weekend. Are you going to see that, William? As far as horror movies go, no, you guys.
Is that on a streamer? Or is that on
It's on. I guess it's in the theater for a little while. Then they're going to put it on Shudder. It's an IFC movie, but it has the guy that's in that, Polka Dot Man. Like his name's David Dalmatian or something like that. Dalmatian or whatever. But he looks creepy, so I guess they're playing on his thing. You know what I'm talking about? The polka dot guy, the guy that was the Joker's henchman in Dark Knight. He's in everything.
And you know what?
It's probably paid,
if
dude.
you want
Think about it. He's on Ant-Man. He's on everything. Yeah. He was on Dune. He was on Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Coco. Yeah, he dies a horrible fucking death. By the way,
he dies a lot of his movies. I think he dies in most movies he's in. He's the new.
That's his worst one. That's his worst one is Blade Runner 2049. That wasn't cool. Ugh. If you want a true testament of whether James Gunn is the right guy for what he's doing, he made me care about Polka Dot Man right up to the end, right up to the point he got stepped on. That's hard. Polka Dot Man, just the sound of the name sounds ridiculous, but his plight was something I could buy into. Okie dokie. Let's see what we got here. I'm posting some of the new stuff, so forgive me.
Ruth is a fan of Signs. So she's in the.
I was a fan of Signs until they started explaining just too much. Like that movie, and I saw that in the theaters. That was probably one of the most intense movies I'd seen in a long, long time. And then the way they ramped it up, and then the ending was just like, oh, geez. It's like, did you really need to tell me that? And was that necessary? It's like, it doesn't completely ruin the movie, but it takes it out of that category of all-time greats. Because, like I said, I'm not the biggest M. Night Shyamalan fan. You know, I understand he's got his market, but that movie right there was like, wow, this is intense. I mean, the way they laid it out, and when you saw the aliens, not talking about when you saw the footage of the alien, when you actually had them in the movie and the baseball bat, and I'm like, oh fuck, you know, this is kind of corny.
Yeah, the knife scene was probably the dumbest. That's when I was kind of picking up on what the movie was about way early on because I'm always looking out for his twist in the movie because he's gonna do the twist, or at least back then he was. But when that was the knife scene is when it got super stupid for me.
Yeah, he's like swing for the
With
fences.
the knife under the door with the fingers or whatever. That's
yeah. And like I said, up till the end of that movie, I was like, dude, this movie's like, you know,
when they caught one of the aliens walking on like found footage. That looked like kind of like
cool.
Bigfoot. That was stupid.
Well, no, that
Sorry, Ruth. I'm not
wasn't
trying
bad.
to shit on your movie, Ruth. I'm just having a flashback.
The found footage wasn't bad. The found footage one wasn't bad. The one where he comes out and where you're actually fighting him on the screen, that was bad. That one.
Yeah. 2003 or whatever. 2002 wasn't ready for that.
Dude, is that long? Oh my god.
That small chin. All right. That small chin. Thanks, numbers. That's a way phonetic way of coming about. Now, if Gunn can make us, so Forrest says now if Gunn can make us love characters that we already love. So, in other words, stop taking the tertiary characters and trying to make them your own creation by way of the fact that they're irrelevant to everybody. And like you said, take a Superman or a Batman or any main character and make them a concerning character. Because I guess
that's going to be the next step for him. That's the challenge. Did you freeze, Spidey? Or did we freeze?
No, I'm in here. I'm good.
Okay.
Maybe you just got out of range for a second. Maybe I trailed off, Let's
put this back up here.
The aliens kind of look like the head of what's this what's the thing of Marvel that has a head like that with the wings? Okay, Ruth, thank you. Sorry, I'm not frozen. I'm just following the movie. So sorry, first time watch.
Yeah, one of those.
I should say.
Yeah, it's not
I
like
know it looks
scary
like dead
movie.
air. Yeah, it looks like dead air when people are watching along, though. Or sounds like dead air, I should say. Since we're talking about earlier, you were talking about directors going to different superhero movies for us, as far as like people were asking about Villeneuve 2099 or other superhero movies. What do you think about John Woo doing like a Punisher movie? I mean, that's directed to fourth, but anybody in the chat. It just popped in my head while we were watching this.
This computer's making sounds and stuff I'm not used to.
What's that?
I have to show revival. Okay. Nah, it brings up notices because I haven't customized this laptop yet. So it's kind of weird
like all the
because of
new shit,
one.
all the yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to set this up? Do you want to use Microsoft Edge?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of shit. Nobody's using Microsoft Edge.
Yeah, I just it comes with the computer and I just delete it.
Well, Microsoft's never going to be a sponsor of those.
They don't need it.
You want that
Microsoft's got
Microsoft money, William.
I would,
You
yeah,
definitely
they would
want that
never hire.
Microsoft money.
If I ever get a sponsor of that level, dude, that's crazy shit. Where are you at? Fourth? I'm not fourth. I'm sorry.
They're explaining the ships right now. I'll give you a timestamp. 53, 54.
Okay, it's only slowing down. All right, cool, got it. All right, got it, dude. This had a 94%. I'm not that I give two shits about Rhino, but the people who did see this love this movie, dude.
Rax says this reminds him of Contact with Jodie Foster. I remember watching Contact a lot. It's a long time ago when I was younger, and I really did enjoy that movie. And it wasn't,
I didn't completely absorb that movie, but I knew I was watching something that when I watched it again, I'd be like, okay, yeah. Now
I was young. I was really young when I saw that movie, actually. But I remember I enjoyed it a lot.
I don't think she's been in anything that I haven't enjoyed when it comes to Jodie Foster.
I'm not aware of what that is, Ruth. Ruth has a question for you, William. Sounds like it's like a, maybe like a voice.
They do use it. Yeah, when we use that a lot of that, I used that during COVID and things like that. So I just migrated to that. Yeah, but Microsoft Teams is really big in 2020. Let's see.
Larry's in the house finally. Yeah, you got to get up on the chat, Larry. Get on the stream, Larry. He dropped the link in the chat. Larry, we are at 56, 16, 17. Daniel, I think it's Sicario. I really like that movie a lot. I like a lot. And I saw it way later than it came out. Nobody spoiled it for me, and so when I just saw it and it all kind of unraveled for me, I really enjoyed that movie. Jumping on, Larry? StreamYard link's right there on top of your comment. Hop in. All right, I'm not gonna say anything about it. I'm just gonna say I enjoyed the movie a lot. So that's all I'll say about it. Fourth mentioned Prisoners. I have not seen Prisoners, so that's on my list. So I'm in the same kind of, well, Rax is touching on it, and I have not seen it, and that's kind of what I have on my list as far as relating to Daniel goes. I am seeing it for the first time, Larry. I don't know about anybody else in the chat. Seems like most people in the chat seen it already. Still no Brad yet, huh?
Yeah, he said he was going to be there at 2:30.
Oh. he's numbers. He's preparing for Scary Movie by the Minute, like we were talking about on Scary Movie 4 podcast with Chappie.
I think
And
he might. I quit the show if we did that to him.
that's his. That I told him that's his moneymaker right there. I ain't even heard of Annihilation, Daniel. If I did, maybe it just slipped my mind. But so Jeremy Renner's character just asked her if she's dreaming in the language that they're studying. That's kind of interesting. Oh, really? Okay, Daniel. It came out around the same time. I did see Sicario too, and it did not. It's a decent enough movie, but it just doesn't have that same feel as that first one. The first one is just a whole different level of a movie. It's not that the second one's bad. It's that if the second one was named something else or was its own thing, then you'd be fine. It's just how Sicario is, and how Sicario 2 is like, it's like a straightforward movie, right? Not bad, well made, but it's kind of like 300 and 302 in that sense. 302 is not terrible, but it's not what you got with 300. So
We at 57, 56. Or are we later?
I'll give you a time. 104.28. And Numbers has a question for you, William.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Any sports, basketball, football. I'm gonna go for me. It's gonna go NHL first. After that is baseball. After that, it's basketball. NFL. I don't have much of a connection there. Soccer, I just don't watch enough. So soccer would be at the bottom, not because it's a bad sport. I just don't watch enough of it, and it's not my preference. Yeah, there you go. Playoff hockey is the most intense thing you ever experience, especially when it gets into sudden death overtime. You could literally have health issues if you're watching it too hard. Trust me.
Sports in general, man. If you got high blood pressure,
yeah,
I wonder
I need
how responsible sports is. Sports is for people sitting around.
Yeah, I have that, and it's just like I need to stop because 2014, my Kings won the Stanley Cup, but they did it in a manner that was like literally sudden death for real. They went 7 games every series. Half of it was overtime, And it was like, my goodness, it was. I told myself then I have to start stepping away from this because it's not good for me. And I never do. Sure, this,
you're gonna have to get a little yoga and then maybe work out like your favorite athletes if you want to touch on their sports when you get older. I guess keep yourself in shape just to be yelling at them.
I try to say I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to put myself through it. And every year I'm right there. It's pathetic. It's like, it's when I try not to watch it, it's even worse. Like, cause I'm going to watch this game 7 or whatever. And it's like, I'm looking at my phone.
Speaking of high blood pressure, what's the Sister Kim's for tonight, man? What are you going to get?
You know what? Believe it or not, their turkey burgers are excellent and that's better for you. Right. So I just get the turkey burger with just I had the Impossible Burger. I showed you guys the Impossible Burger the other night. It wasn't bad. I still can taste the considerable difference between the two. But if I had to give up meat, I could, as long as I had something like that around there. I really should give up meat.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Rex, I heard that Fourth 1000 said that Villeneuve was coming back for Sicario 3. I thought I heard Fourth say that in the chat, but I do drugs. So
I heard him say
don't go off everything I say. Except for when it comes to Batman, when I'm going against William, everything I say is a fact, and usually my Spidey facts and my Marvel facts are pretty much on tip-top shape. You can't really dispute them.
Bullshit meters, what that is, but I don't know. He may have changed his mind though, because remember after Dune, I don't know if he wants to go back to doing. I think he wants to do just mainly original stuff. Yeah, but things change. Things change. I mean, Blade Runner changed his mind about wanting to take on franchises, and I wish it hadn't been that way, because a lot of people did, like I said, like we were talking before, people just didn't have the appreciation for that movie. They just weren't ready for that movie. Much like its original. I mean, people were not ready in 1992 or 1982 for what Blade Runner was going to bring on, and now we look at Blade Runner as one of the all-time greats, but nobody, it bombed. It got released the same day of The Thing. And The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, widely considered one of the greatest horror movies of all time. They both bombed. 2 movies that are revered today as being like the staples, or they both bombed because people just didn't understand what was going on. That just wasn't ready for it. And Denis Villeneuve makes those. He makes those type of movies. I'm glad now that he's getting his recognition up front, like with Dune. I'm glad, people are realizing that this guy is, when you see his name, it's epic. You should be going to see that movie.
I think people are hungry for, even though Dune's not necessarily new, I think people are there is a hunger. Whether or not people are getting the new original stuff, I think people are hungry for something different out there. Hey, Ruth, what's going on?
She's a little bit more lit up. Look at her. Oh, you're muted.
No sound.
I don't have her. There you go. Say something. Nope, you're still muted. She's using one of her victims' computers. That's why.
She cut the cord. She cut the sound on the computer like she cuts throats.
There you go. Yeah, she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to hear the screaming. I can read her lips. Hold on.
We can't. William's good. William's a good lip reader because he's been a hostage before. But
Let me
you want to come out and come back in, maybe, because we can't hear you at all.
Hold on. Let me try this. All right. Nope, she's still. This asshole.
There he
what's
goes.
Up, Brett?
There he goes.
Yep.
So he's not. We can hear him.
That's too bad.
What's going on, Brett?
No, would you have class today?
No. I was I was at mass actually because I got to do that on Saturdays, and then I wanted to go get a pizza for the watch party. Something about my Little Caesars lately is they've got a real like. I guess they're short staffed these last few weeks because it's been like a nightmare like going to that drive through to get one. So I messaged William. It's like I was
going to the drive through. Oh, none of ours, dude.
Wait.
Yeah, the one closest to me.
Brad,
Yeah,
help me out here, Brad.
Yeah.
You're a martial arts instructor, and you didn't go to class today so you could eat some Little Caesars, dude?
Yeah. Well, I didn't have class to go to today.
Just messing with you.
Right? You went to mass.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
You went to church.
you may have heard. Yeah, I'm a practicing Catholic too. So
Yeah.
it was, and I think
Alright,
Ruth was. Did she lose her link?
But she
Yeah,
didn't
no,
have
I
any
don't
sound.
know if it was. I think she's trying to maybe come back in. I don't know.
Okay.
We just couldn't hear her. I don't know what it was
there
all
she goes.
about.
Here we go. Back.
There she goes.
Yep, there we go. There we go.
Can
There
you hear
we-
us now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we can
Hi.
hear you.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah.
us. You said us.
Yeah,
Who's
us.
in there?
Is there like
Who else
people
is there?
people like suffering, being tortured off camera?
Is
Of
that what
course
that was all
there
about?
is. I mean, you all know me so well.
Rax says
Of
you were
course.
out there fighting crime, Brad. That's what
Goes-
Rax said.
Yeah, I'm like the real life Dalton. I
I
so
think
he did-
Droga
that took it too hard.
Droga thought you were taking a nap earlier, but
No,
Rax
no,
thinks you're
sorry.
fighting crime. So there's every
Yeah,
end of the spectrum.
And,
Everything and in between.
Wait,
Yeah,
I would watch.
I bet he could
only way I
do a
would
good one, either Spider-Man 2099 or Batman Beyond.
Yeah, numbers brought that up. I was gonna hit you up with that, William. And then
Still don't think you're ever going to see a Batman. Batman Beyond. It just they need to take Batman Beyond and take the next maybe 3 to 4 years
All right, well.
in Miles
All right,
Morales.
All right, well.
And they need to build up the character like
William.
they did with Miles Morales. So by the time that you get to that point, it's marketable. Right now, Batman.
You see how
Marketable to the
his
masses.
voice just
It's
went
just
out?
That's the difference
Yeah.
between the two.
That's because the internet agrees with the internet's on agreement with us. You know, the Batman Beyond fans out
No,
here.
it's the company. It's okay. Why haven't we got it then? Why haven't we got a Batman Beyond? It's
Because
been
Freddie
20
Prinze
something
Jr.
years.
didn't want to be Terry McGinnis back in 2000.
Well, we haven't gotten the rest of Zack Snyder's movies either. It doesn't make it a
But
good
you at
decision.
least
that we
got
haven't.
some of that. You got more of that than
Yeah.
you're ever going to get a Batman Beyond. I mean,
So Ruth, Brad, do you need a timestamp, by the way?
Yeah, I think give me a heads up where we're at right now. I think the
About
movie's almost-
1:13:12, 1:13:13, one.
Yeah, I
what's
think the
that
movie's just
behind
about
you? Is
wrapping
that
up now
like a
anyway.
ribbon pattern thing behind
We
you?
got about another half hour or so on it.
Which
Hour
what
and
this
45
yeah?
minutes. We started a
I'm
little
sitting,
late.
Chair?
I'm sitting on my dining room chair.
Oh,
see
it's
it?
like a netting there. That's kind of cool.
It's like it's woven. It's like yeah.
You want to get Brad caught up with the movie, Ruth, since you kind of have the awareness of what's going on up to this point?
Yeah, so basically, obviously, she's a translator, and she's seemingly meant to be the best in the land. She's obviously met these two aliens, and they're communicating by using like ink splatters. What she's actually trying to do is she's trying to sort of build up communication with them and understand their language. But what she's actually seeing now is she's seeing sort of flashbacks. I'm not going to say too much more because it actually will spoil it.
We're almost
So
spoiler territory. Have you never seen this before, Brad?
I saw it, but it's been a minute. When it was,
Okay.
This
I
is
know it was
all
initially,
new for me.
released.
So
And this actually came out the same year as BVS with Amy Adams.
yeah, we were talking
Who
about
still
that
has not
earlier.
aged from that point either. She still looks the same as she does now.
And the numbers had a rebuttal for you, fourth or William, and then he also had something for Brad.
Oh, I saw what
Oh,
he has
poor
for me. Yeah, I saw what he has for me right here. And no, like
Fun
how
fun
was
is
it?
in the
It was-
house.
How do you think it was?
No, it's not. It's not like fun. It's not like him versus Kramer and the kids. It's like Charlie off of off of Always Sunny versus the kids. Charlie and Mac versus the kids in the street. That was hilarious.
So you're gonna be on. You're gonna watch Roadhouse with us, Ruth?
oh hell yes.
When is
Yeah, oh yeah, I
Roadhouse?
saw
And-
you.
and-
You saw
and-
that. It's like I saw you.
Oh,
you
I
pulled it up and think,
love
oh
it.
yeah. Oh man.
It's at 5. We
told
actually
everybody.
got started late, but with this one, Roadhouse is at 5, so we'll take a small
So,
break.
so
I'll
are
go
we
get some
taking a
caffeine.
scary movie break this weekend, or what's going on?
Yeah, I
think
figured.
I think we're just taking a scary movie break for good now.
Oh,
It's
by the
like,
way,
we
Brad,
put
you
all
got
that
one
bullshit
over
behind
on me. You got one
Like
over
what?
on me. We did not watch Meet the Spartans.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, so
We
there's no reason. There's no point to now.
Did
so
you
let's
actually
just-
believe him when he said that?
Dude, I got so many of these bad movies in my head. I just went with it. I mean, I'm like,
Yeah, we didn't
oh,
watch it, and there's absolutely no point to do that. So let's just move on to the
yeah,
rating.
we're going to. We got to reward our donors, man. You know, and we're gonna do a cure.
Let's reward them with Rad Brad instead of Mad Brad.
Mad Brad is not marketable.
Again, I forget who left that comment. But it's like
Mad Brad is Mad Brad is like Coke Zero. It just doesn't work out, man. You know.
Yeah, it's like
oh
it's
no,
like
it's going to work out after tonight. You guys are. I'm going to make sure after Roadhouse, you're going to say, yeah, Brad is so much better than. It's like we don't want to torture Brad. We want to see Brad happy and excited
Brad
about
is going to talk about the raid. We could be watching the Muppet movie.
Oh no, I could take it past the raid. I could bring it into like triple threat or headshot.
Look at these two Muppets.
These two Muppets
going at it. I'm pretty sure that was inspired by the raid. Kermit and Fozzie just fighting. It's raid. It's raid 2.
Daniel and Fun have some commentary for Ruth and.
I know they're taking the mick, aren't they? I just come on the stream for grief, basically.
Wow. No, he really did get into awesome shape though for Roadhouse. So as you guys, I'm sure you've seen the trailers.
He's roided up. No, I'm just kidding. Not the only way you can get.
Listen, I'm telling you, when we get to that final fight, you're gonna see Rad Brad, and you're gonna say, yes, Rad Brad, so much better than Mad Brad. So there's no point in talking about Scary Movie.
I'm gonna splice it with Scary Movie. I'm gonna have it on a different screen. We're just gonna switch over to Scary Movie 2 or something like that.
I must admit, mind you guys, Scary Movie 2, honestly, I was absolutely in stitches. I really was. I was howling.
Over the movie or over my reaction to it?
No, I just think it was just obviously, especially the commentary, like obviously from Spidey and forth. Brad, even you were laughing at that one. You were. Internally, you were. I could feel it.
Yeah, we could feel laughs.
I have PTSD. I'm allergic to bullshit, and that movie is like an entire that's like a year's worth of like manure farming.
Daniel has a question about your hair, Ruth.
Yeah. What is that?
Where is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Numbers. Numbers has a. That was Numbers. My mistake. Numbers has a question about your hair.
Oh, are you going to audition for Rogue?
Oh, because I've got a streak on both sides. Actually.
Yeah.
But it's actually in a couple of weeks' time it's going all blonde again. But I've got loads of hair, as you can probably say. Yeah.
You're gonna go bald?
No.
That was random.
You gonna go bald and donate it to St. Baldrick's? You know how they make the wigs and stuff.
I haven't planned on that, William, but thank you.
Oh, now it's on the schedule. See, so when you guys see Ruth next again,
we went from going rogue to going bald, huh?
Go rogue, go bald. That's hilarious.
Okay, so where I'm seeing here is right. I think whenever it's going to come
on
out,
a news story right now. Yeah.
They're.
Or just give me your timestamp, Brad. I'll let you know.
I'm at a 1:18:19.
1:19:10. That's where we're at. Okay. So about a minute ahead of you.
Okay, perfect. Just got there.
You see like a little alien crisis news report going on?
Yeah.
And the guy from Rush Hour, the consulate Han. From
the consulate, Sima, yeah, who was in who you guys may remember. He was on the Netflix series Wu Assassins with Iko Uwais, who was from the Raid movies.
Yeah,
I knew it.
I did it again.
He's in a lot of stuff.
I can do this all day. Oh, and Droga's jumping in. How's it going, Mr. Droga?
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right, you back with the Droga? You need a timestamp, Droga?
What's that?
You need a timestamp on the movie?
No, I'm not even watching the movie. I'm just here.
Got it.
It just come in for the chat.
Right now, share the link. Share the link to the fundraiser.
Yes, please. And help me sleep at night with the fact that we're raising it for something that's actually good.
Sorry if you can hear birds in
we're still at 10,000. Oh yeah, you outside, man?
No, I'm just at my boyfriend's place. He's got birds.
Okay.
Axel, say hello to Eli from us all.
Oh, will do. Hey, Eli. Oh my God.
Yo, Eli.
How's it going, Eli? And also, how's it going, Larry? AKA
there he goes.
Another of these rambunctious hellions responsible by the
how's it going?
To my mental health over these last few weeks.
Hey, Eli.
Come on, Larry.
They say hi. Okay. He said hi back.
Oh yeah.
How you doing, Larry?
Hey there.
What was that?
Saying hi to everybody. Larry saying hi.
Hi, Larry.
What?
This is your movie. You're just not getting here? This is Larry's movie. This is one of the ones you requested.
Numbers.
He was
I
out
just
getting
had
abducted by aliens.
last night.
We can't listen. Don't be putting my plans out there in the open. I mean, come on.
I think you would look quite good with my hair, William.
Oh,
Hey, listen.
Oh, there's all the birds there.
Yeah, we can trade haircuts.
Yes, yeah,
I've
yeah.
already
that's
started
my,
a beard.
I'm saying hi to the birds.
Oh, no beard. No beard. Don't do the beard.
she
And
said I already started the beard.
Numbers. I dealt with some comments last night, respectfully pertaining to Madam Web and Catwoman. So, no, it is in absolutely positively no way the best.
Larry's jumped off and he's coming back, he said.
Okay. Yeah, yes, there's you're back. It's interesting. Also, William makes like the comparisons, like, oh, I could like find some way to like turn the Muppets into a raid connection, because I think that might have been the first. I think that might have been. It wasn't the first. I first saw Amy Adams actually when she was on Smallville. She was in like one of the season 1 episodes, but I think the first movie I saw her in actually probably was the Muppets. That's about 2 years pre Man of Steel.
Axel, Fun's enjoying your birds.
What? Oh, right.
Yeah, also interesting thing, a little bit of weird kind of trivia here, but Amy was actually born in the Vicenza, Italy, specifically the army base at Caserma, Italy, which that's the base I lived at when I was living over there. My dad was in the army.
How long were you in Italy for, Brad?
5 years. I was there from 2000 to 2005.
Can you speak Italian, Brad?
No.
Do you have a lot of hair on your legs?
Well, yeah, but I'm Irish, so. No, but my Spanish is actually pretty good.
You're a hobbit, Brad. That's what it is.
So.
The hair on the legs, right? Or hobbit.
Yeah.
So one thing to take away from this movie that we're watching, obviously for the charity stream, is that it just proves like miscommunication. Like obviously like the use of language and the miscommunication of words, etc., can have like obviously a severely detrimental effect.
Yes.
Yeah, I can. Like, and case in point, communicating the word "scary movie" is good. You see the misunderstanding that creates, and the detriment that creates to things such as my sanity. It's an awesome point that Ruth just made there.
Are we at 125.15 or further?
We are at
I'm at
124.33. Yeah.
Okay, I'm ahead. Yeah, Peacock stops if it thinks you're not watching. So whenever I walk away,
I got that.
And so, William, did you say there was a lot of wrestling events on where you are?
Yeah, well, I host some of them.
Week.
So I go to. We have AEW's coming here in May, TNA's coming here next month, and then WrestleMania week we have wrestling stuff going all the way around that I host, and then on Free Comic Book Day, we're gonna have a wrestling match out here in our courtyard.
So obviously with the sorry, go on after you.
No, go ahead. I wasn't going to say anything important. Go ahead.
I was going to ask, obviously with the Free Comic Book Day, etc. Like in the UK, we have something called World Book Day. How does that work for you guys? Is it like a sort of a special event where you allocated so many comics to give away, or?
Which one?
Yeah. What ends up happening is we buy them for really cheap. We purchase them from. What is that? What is that? That's driving me crazy. Okay.
What is that thing?
It's like a rat.
It's a rat, yeah.
Gerbil. It's a gerbil.
To answer your question.
gerbil. Okay.
Yeah, we get them. We buy them. We buy like a bunch of. You have different tiers, and you set them out, and they're exclusive just for that particular day. People come out and grab them, and it's literally like it says. For me, it may be the most important day of the year because it allows us. Everybody has their own regions where they live, and that's the comic store that they go to. But that day, everybody gives everybody a shot. So you get customers that walking through your door from across town, from Henderson, that usually stay in their little circles. But for that day, because everybody runs out of certain ones at different times, or they want more, so they come to all of us that day. So it's just like a showcase. So, and then like I said, it's on May 4th this year,
which is May the 4th with Star Wars. So that's kind of a double whammy there.
Yeah, it hasn't been. I think the 2019 was the last one where it happened that way. And when we do that, we showcase Star Wars that day too. Like I got lightsaber duelists, a team of lightsaber duelists that are going to be doing a Jedi versus Sith lightsaber battle out here, and then we might have a wrestling match out here as well. So it's going to be a pretty big day to get people out of the house.
It sounds like a great event, mind you. Obviously, to get people like sort of like back in the community and exploring different things. Probably, yeah.
It's every one of our case. It's every store's case to make their case for somebody who doesn't normally shop at that store.
Well, and
even if you don't
completely.
Go ahead.
Is Free Comic is that just a U.S. thing or is that international?
Well, I think it might be international. In some places it's different, but here, as far as I know, it's different because it's an American.
That's actually the law of the land out here. If you're any kind of bookseller and you're not doing Free Comic Book Day, that's awful.
Oh yeah.
All your assets are seized. You're missing your chance.
And it really is. It's another thing. It's kind of one of those. I mean, we have whatever like the big blockbuster is the first weekend of May, but also Free Comic Day. That's kind of another. And May the 4th. Those are events that kind of like herald in. We're officially like in the beginning of summer.
Yeah. May the first Saturday of May. And like I said, every 3 or 4 years or 5 years or so, it lands on Star Wars Day. And obviously, I got a lot of Star Wars stuff, but we really do it up. Like I said, if you look on our YouTube page, one of the very first actual videos, you'll see the people I'm talking about. And that was a spur of the moment one. We're actually going to do a full on presentation that will start inside the store, inside the Star Wars section, and it will go around the entirety of the plaza until it ends up in the courtyard. They've already been here rehearsing it too.
Well, and you got a giant ass parking lot there, so you got definitely plenty of room to stretch your legs for that.
Yeah, and it's kind of like I said, because we're going to have the wrestling ring in here, and then we'll be doing it all the way around there. So the entire plaza is going to be involved.
Now, was this our rival? Because I'm going to pull up his Wikipedia now. Oh, this totally reminds me of the Mist, right here. He's seeing a creature in the fog here. But was this Denny's was this his first sci-fi movie?
Yes,
I think so.
He did Sicario, he did Enemy, he did Prisoner. It was his first like foray into sci-fi.
I love it looks like a hand. It's like a hand tree trunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks kind of like almost like the World Engine, which looks a lot like a giant spider.
Yeah.
It looks like it has knuckles. You see what I mean? And tendons.
No, it really does look like a giant hand there, and like a giant. And I love almost like Dr. Seuss kind of nightmare hand.
Oh yeah. I love the broken English that the alien uses.
Yeah.
I remember I was confused when I first saw this. I was like, that one line about Abbott, but it's awesome.
This is good design. Yeah, actually, because I remember my reaction when I first saw this too, because you could tell it's a giant hand, but also like the back. It's like it's almost like it's got like a face within the back. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks like a face, and you don't get to see like what it looks like up top either. Yeah. It's interesting.
Because as you get more into the movie, the physical aspects of the alien is that there's a point where it becomes absolutely irrelevant. And when it switches, for those of you who have seen it, but for those of you who haven't, you're going to see that the focus kind of changes here, and it makes the movie one of his best.
Oh yeah.
Would you say that? Would you say Arrival? I mean, Sicario is a pretty sizable hit like the year before. Would you say Arrival was kind of really what kind of kickstarted Denny becoming the like his ascendance as a really well-known filmmaker?
Yeah, it was his first Academy Award nomination as a director. So, yep.
Oh, I guess now they are showing the top of it. It's awesome.
I think more people should have seen this movie though, when it was out. But
yeah, it did pretty well. But it didn't gargantuan. But because I got the Wikipedia up here.
Like I was saying before,
budget 47, box office 203.4. So it definitely
his box office should have been minimum 400 million. But people just didn't get this movie, and they didn't appreciate it at the time it was released. And look at Dune now. Like I was saying earlier, all his movies are what he's making on Dune 2. That's what all his movies should be making, in my opinion. That's what all his movies are worthy of.
Yeah, let me look at that again too. Let's see where that's at. Pull that up here.
Yeah, Spidey, this is when like the whole thing changes.
Yeah, right now Dune Part 2 is at 518.8. So it actually might have a shot at getting to 600 now. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and throw down my chips on that. I think they're at least going to keep it out there long enough for it to get to the inch up to 600.
Yeah, and then the re-release will happen in the fall.
Yeah.
So, Brad, if it doesn't make that money, are you going to watch Scary Movie 2 again?
Oh, come on, guys. There's got to be a way to get you all off of the Scary Movie kick and onto the Raid 2.
We're gonna do both. All the above.
You want to do? No, I just want to do one, and I want to do the one that actually isn't going to take years off of my life.
Oh.
I think to be fair, mind you, I think we should watch Raid 2 just just for you.
Yes,
oh yeah,
I agree. Brad agrees with. So if Brad agrees, that means we have to do it. Okay. It's kind of weird watching this now too.
Fourth,
Jeremy.
No offense, Fourth, but why would we remember that? Why?
Oh.
Why would we remember what you predicted for Dune 2?
Oh yeah, it's kind of. I was saying a minute ago. It's kind of weird that or it's a little surreal actually, kind of now with Jeremy Renner, kind of of course knowing the accident that he went through and his road to recovery now.
Oh yeah, he's really good in this.
Yeah, because he was. I mean, this was when he kind of at the height of his Hawkeye tenure. This is the same year Civil War came out. So, and of course he's associated with Mission Impossible and the Bourne franchise. So yeah, that accident was no joke. I mean, I think reports I read about that was that with that it was a snowplow. Was that it caused one of the injuries? It caused one of his eyes to bulge out enough where he could see one of his eyes with his other eye.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Yeah. No, that is a damn close near death experience.
Oh yeah.
Obviously he's had to take a little sabbatical to come back from that, but that is glad to hear he's on the mend.
Oh yeah.
Ruth, you're getting the scepter.
Yeah, I know.
The pear scepter.
But he wrote it and then he deleted it, so I couldn't read it fast enough. What did it say, Spidey?
I think you guys are starting to understand where this is starting to head to right now as you're watching it.
Yeah. William, Read that.
That means you got to watch Scary Movie 2 again, Brad. That's what he's.
If I watch it in the privacy of my home and I tell you guys I watched it,
No, you got to watch it on chat again. That's where all the hits
not,
are at.
like I said, the whole point is raising money, so we're not suffering for free here.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
We're not
Okay,
getting. I'm not getting the money.
If you guys can match the donation that we got for Scary Movie, like the in watch party donation we got for Scary Movie 2, for that, and give me that, then I'll do it. Okay.
And that's fair. That's fair because we're only doing it to raise money for a very good cause. We're not doing it just to make Brad suffer. That's a happy byproduct.
Yeah,
that's
like it's 80-20 apparently.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go.
So
Fourth, can I just say I accept the challenge of being your understudy. Thank you.
Ruth, you take over me. Just remember everything I tell you.
Generation.
Oh yeah,
Generation
he
Troll
had
2.
Yeah. Well, he had a winner last night. Of course, if you guys saw our stream last night about, I'm not even gonna bring it. It was Catwoman related. So just
he brought it up like 3 times. It was so funny.
Yeah, I did because I refuse to believe a sentient human being typed that sentence with a straight face.
I still have to rewatch that. I was a little drunk.
I think fourth might have been when he typed that.
I promise you he was.
So, William, I have one question about the movie. Do you know why the ships changed their formation there? Because that's the one thing I don't really understand.
My only guess is that it was from defense to communication. That's the only thing I can.
It seemed like it was a defense move, but if they know what's going to happen, I don't know.
They know it's going to happen, but okay, I just fucked it up. Oh, hold on.
No, it's okay. No, they already said that. No, she said, how do you know the future? And the alien was like talking to her.
But they still have to get to the point. Something can still happen to them. Like somebody can still mistake their communication.
Yeah, like the bombing guy. No, like they did get bombed. That's true.
Because remember, they were about to get wiped. They were about to get attacked before. And this is where this movie just becomes heartbreaking. And it's just like it's just like, wow,
Yeah, this is great. It all like turns around. It turns into like almost a different kind of story at the end. Like you think it's like an alien invasion movie, and it's like it's a first contact movie, but it's much more drama.
Yeah.
That's
where
right.
you guys at? I'm at 131.49. Where you guys at?
Yeah, I'm at 138.25.
Yeah, I'm same as Brad.
Hold on. Peacock
I'm with them too. 138.
We had kind of that weird thing when I pulled up when we were doing Scary Movie 4, and I pulled it up through the Roku channel, and I guess Spidey was like Spidey and Fourth. They had the unrated version, but I guess I didn't. So we all hit play at the same time, but because mine isn't unrated, it's the shorter version. So I get to
when you're watching 1.25x. Yeah.
Yeah. So that spared me about 10 minutes of suffering.
Fourth has a question for you, Brad. I think he has a comment, more of a question. Right here.
Okay. No, I saw it, and it's. You mean this? He's talking about his.
No, go down one a little bit more.
The ships should have changed shape into an iPod.
Oh my god.
Okay, if we say so. Seema here again is he's very prolific. What else do I remember him from? He's in Rapid Fire with Brandon Lee.
Great movie.
Yeah, I love that one. That'd be a great watch party. Way better watch party is anything Scary Movie related. So, remember him
all of Brandon Lee's his one-liners are great in that. He's funny in it.
Oh, he's hilarious. If you haven't seen Showdown in Little Tokyo, he's hilarious in that.
Oh, that one, yeah. He's so funny in that with Dolph.
I mean, like one of my favorite is when they're arresting all the Yakuza guys, or they're trying to in the bathhouse, and Kerry Tagawa says, Dolph says, "Name your price," and Brandon Lee goes, "I've always wanted a Porsche."
Yeah, yeah. It's like a perfect action movie in that sense. It's great.
Seema. Remember him in that. Remember him in like a RoboCop 2. That's very underrated, I find.
Yeah, I love RoboCop too.
Yeah, the third one's the one that's that you forget about the third one, but the second one
Yeah, everyone pretty much agrees on the third one. I thought it was fun as a kid, but yeah, it's nowhere near the first two.
But yeah, of course, we also remember him as the Chinese kind of consulate Han in Rush Hour.
Oh
Su
yeah,
Yun's father in Rush Hour.
I think he was in The Lady Killers too.
Fourth is trying to drink some of that Mito juice, I guess, whatever that means.
What?
Oh, I'm not going to even try to figure out what that means. Yeah, he was in Lady Killers.
Oh yeah, I
said
love
Mito juice like Beetlejuice like 3 times in a row. Mito juice.
Oh
Mito
yeah,
juice,
the
Mito
juice
juice.
loose.
Juice is loose.
Larry, did you have a good birthday?
Yeah, thank you. It was fun. I was hanging out.
Rapid Fire. You mean the one with Sima, because he's the villain. And then Rapid Fire, and the other one Larry and I were talking about was Showdown Little Tokyo, and I can't even begin to get my head around the icon you have there. But okay. Look at that! Look at this! Look at this!
Oh my god! I love it.
It was Rapid Fire, the one we were referring to there.
So Spidey, can you follow what's going on here?
Kinda. If I had to just put she's perceiving time in a non-linear way. So what she's seeing in the future, she's done in the past, and so on and so forth. So
that's right. So she
having this conversation in real time.
Yeah, she got his number from the future, and is calling him now, and because he said you called me, and she's like, I don't have your number, and he's like, here it is. So it is like a weird loopy kind of thing going on.
There's a third thing that just has to happen that just can't be changed, and it sucks.
She's like Dr. Manhattan a little bit at this point, except maybe not the past, but future, yeah.
Maybe it's weird because it kind of reminds me a little bit of like some of the structure of the third act, like an Inception, even though that doesn't really involve like time elements, but like the way like kind of zigzagging between like flashback and present tense, and
and they're like old Leo and the other guy.
Feels very Inception-esque at this point in the movie.
Shit out of me the way that movie rolled out. The way it lays out its story is just like being slapped in the head over and over again. It's like, wait a minute.
Well, that's kind of the point. It's like that's how they wake you up. It slap you in the head.
Yeah. And then Memento, I can never watch Memento again. Never watch Memento again.
Oh, I love it.
Like,
William, have you watched The Beekeeper yet?
No, we're gonna do a watch party on that one when is it out? It's out on streaming yet, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, my schedule has been shitty.
You said Beekeeper, right? Yeah, that's what I thought this was going to be.
I wanted to see that in the theaters. I just did not get the time to do so. And we promoted the movie.
That, but we Google Maps you, bro. You live right next to a movie, or you work right next to a movie theater, dude.
Like, I'm right around the corner. I'm right around the corner from God, but I just don't, dude. It's like right now. I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for the fact that I can still get stuff done here.
Fourth has a question for you.
Yeah, there we go.
It's great to go for it.
I haven't, so it's like I couldn't really fill you in on that. Oh, this is actually probably one of the best shots of the movie, with the ship rotating with the two battleships out there.
Number 3, I got Spider Boy. I got this.
One of the great lines from Deadpool 2 was when he's like, "The time traveler's wife's husband is here." He's talking about Cable. It's such a great line.
I've seen Time Traveler's Wife, yeah. Not in the theaters, but I saw it.
Is it good?
It's decent.
Is it quite sad?
As far as that type of genre goes.
Yeah.
All right, where are we at time step wise? It stopped again.
1:45:18. It's right when all the ships are kind of dissipating into thin air.
Ryan Curls in the chat. Somebody knew what it looks like.
Yeah, I love how they divided the information among the countries. It's really cool. It's a good message.
You think actually, William, because you talked about you think this you think Arrival should have done, like commercially speaking, should have done better, and it came out. Let me pull up the Wikipedia here. Oh, he's talking to a customer. I'll wait for him to come back.
Brad, just while you're on, do you want to show the link for the charity?
Yeah, let me go ahead and pull that up. And yes, everybody, this is a charity stream, as is the Roadhouse one. We'll be doing a little bit, just about an hour or so here, and we have bumped up our goal to 15 grand. William actually just did that last night on the Vodka stream with the Film Junkie. Made that official. We talked a little bit about that offline previously, but yes, we are currently sitting at 10,200 as of March 18th. That was, of course, I think it was so serendipitous that we hit that goal that day because the 3-year anniversary, because of this thumbnail, basically the 3-year anniversary of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and the second trailer for Rebel Moon 2 dropping, and nothing else happened that day.
And there was an incentive based on that $10,000 that was met very quickly.
The incentive
can't
was
leave that out.
to save lives and improve the quality of life.
And what was it that we were going to save lives with? What in particular?
I don't recall.
Were you about to ask me that before you forget? You were talking about the commercial.
Yeah. Meet the Spartans. What he was talking about. Got it.
Yeah, it crossed.
I still haven't seen that. Oh man,
we crossed over 10 grand because you guys hate me and will suffer through bad.
Nobody hates you, Brad. We just enjoy the entertainment that That's some high quality entertainment for $10,000, dude.
Well,
think about what season pass like. That's like box seats or like owners club seats at a football game for a whole season, dude.
Well,
what did Arrival come out against?
Yeah,
2016.
Well, yeah, because he was asking, and that was the question I was about to ask. Because you had mentioned you thought it should have done more. It's more worthy of having done Dune Part 2 numbers, and it came out November 11th, 2016. So that's what I was about to ask. Do you think maybe like the time frame might have affected that? The fact that it was kind of coming out sort of in the holiday season time frame, that like maybe that might have been like better, for like the tone, and been better for the summer or maybe like the early spring.
No, it should have helped it because it was released there for a reason. Because Warner, not Paramount, whoever made it thought they had an Academy Award-winning movie. They put that movie up for a year consideration. I remember getting emails about that, and so that's why it was released what it was. It's just that the people who take chances on his movies take chances on his movies. Warner Brothers was probably the most trepidatious one because of the fact that his history as far as like making the type of money that they consider to be non-bomb, which wasn't there. $200 million is a success for that movie into itself. But as far as like a big studio and payouts and all that kind of stuff, and the stuff that he does with Legendary and all that, you have to make a certain amount of money before they'll pull the trigger on it. And like I said, they did not pull the trigger for Dune 2 till long after Dune 2 was box office. It wasn't Dune 2 or Dune 1 box office. People are like, oh, it did great. No, if all things considered, if you consider everything else, no, that wasn't the success. The success was when they tracked those numbers on Max and realized there was way more people watching that, and they realized, okay, we do this again, we calculate that we'll do this and more. That's what made it green light. But see, to me, I love his movies to the point where just fucking do his movies and just collect your statues.
How's it going, Dave?
This is the first time I'm gonna print screen this. I'm going to print screen this. This is the first time.
What year is this, William?
Print screen right on my computer. All right, on my brand new computer. Screw you, Spidey.
Are you asking what?
2024.
And by the way, a little bit added context because I guess I got pulled a little Wikipedia. Yeah, it actually came out Arrival because you asked about any competition. It came out the weekend after Doctor Strange, so of course that was kind of dominating commercially at the time, so that probably also had a little bit of an effect on it.
Plus, I was part of a machine too, so
Yeah, and also like
I
the weekend after, like when the first, I think the first Fantastic Beasts came out. So yeah, I was kind of sandwiched between like a lot of kind of holiday season blockbusters.
Probably not. I got some more. So I need to get done. I plan on watching it later. Okay, cool. Oh, he's talking about Roadhouse. Roadhouse is in about a half hour. Are we in credits now? Are we done?
Yeah, we were wrapping. We just wrapped up.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
all right. Cool. So that
numbers,
was.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get out of Peacock here because it keeps freezing. Numbers. What's going on?
He's just having comment. He's just kind of touching on what you guys are touching
on. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just think, like I said, and everybody has their perception of what a bomb is too. And I found that out. I'm finding that out on a daily basis. A fanboy's interpretation of what a bomb is. Sorry, I love you all. I'm one of you. It's probably the most meaningless thing. What fans think is a bomb is useless. We determine nothing. We are at the end of that cycle. We are the most non-determinable part of that cycle. It's how much the movie costs, what it was leveraged, what it needs to continue on. Like I said, Dune 1 did not make the type of money that would automatically have greenlit Dune 2. I know it sounds crazy to say that now, but that's the reality of it. Look at when the announcement for Dune 2 came versus when it ended its theater.
Yeah, when did it get in that? I mean, yeah, when, like, how long after the first one did Dune 2 get it? Actually confirmed that we're going to be doing it?
Yeah, because it wasn't never Dune 2 was never confirmed like immediately. It was always up in the air.
But that was like how long was that? Months, or how long was that after the first one?
Let's see, Dune 2021, because it tells you in the description for Dune 21. Because I remember waiting for it.
Sounds good, man. Look forward to having you on.
Who's that?
A film junkie.
Oh yeah, come with us, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of bombs, none of you have seen Enemy except for William, I think. Right?
What are you talking about?
The movie Enemy is Villeneuve with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
but what I'm going to do,
that's on the list.
Next time we watch a Villeneuve, I'm going to watch it ahead of time so I can speak on it.
Yeah,
I was the only person in the chat that didn't watch this movie already.
That was, I think, like only he was. Oh, okay, so he was a little. I'm looking back at his 2, 3, 4.
Okay, here we go. Sequel
at that point, yeah.
Villeneuve intended to make a two-part adaptation of the novel, and by the end of 2019, I'm not going to make his name. Spence left his position as showrunner on Dune Prophecy to focus on writing the sequel film. So I'm trying to figure out when it got announced. Okay, now Dune. When did Dune 1 get released?
That was October 21. Yeah.
Okay, now it says here that they greenlit it a lot sooner, but we didn't get that announcement till way later.
Because it was a hobbled release because of COVID, because they didn't know they wanted it.
Yeah,
it was around that time when you didn't know whether or not theaters were going to be open or closed or what. You know what I'm saying? So they kept trying to get the shit restarted all the time when COVID was that first year or so. Remember? So
yeah.
Okay, following the film's success, Warner Brothers and Legendary Pictures. I got to look this up because I don't think.
I want to say the movie was supposed to come out in 2020 in the first place. It kind of just got pushed back.
The first Dune,
yeah. So I think both of them have been pushed back due to circumstances.
In October of 2021. I don't think that's true because
you can't underestimate the writer's strike, given it so people wanted to watch something. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as action goes.
It might have been that it's like it entered early development, or like they entered discussions kind of more so than they had like officially said, yeah, we're definitely moving ahead with it.
Let me look at that because I remember we were talking to people within the company that didn't know if it was going to get a number 2. So how is Wikipedia? Well, then Wikipedia gets edited too. So hold on, let's see. I'm going to look at it because I remember it was in doubt. It was not automatic, if I can remember correctly. All right, production. Okay, so.
Numbers says I heard the story of Dune 3 is going to be a combination of Messiah and Children of Dune.
It's a lot to put in a little.
Yeah, that is a lot to put in.
I mean, the first Messiah. Yeah.
They have 2 movies covering one book. We're for part 1, part 2. So it's like,
but Messiah is like a more short and to the point kind of story. There's a time skip or whatever. So like, there's that room to show the jihad, and then they can just do the story without merging them. I mean, there's things that carry over from Messiah into Children, but Children is kind of the story of the handoff story, right, to the next generation.
God, Fourth is telling Film Junkie, Zack Snyder's coming to watch Meet the Spartans with us. It's like, we do not have that confirmed, and if that happens, I'm going to.
If Zach showed up for Meet the Spartans, it would show that he has a sense of humor.
That would make our goal. We would make our goal.
That would be amazing.
I know, but to be fair, that was probably Fourth's birthday wish, so I'll have to let him have that.
I mean, joking aside, I've always been curious, like what his thoughts are. Not even like his thoughts on like just his opinion of the movie itself, but just his thoughts on, like something you made that was a big blockbuster. It's gotten the spoof treatment, and of course, I mean, he's had that to varying degrees with his subsequent work. So it's just your
maybe it's a version of like, if you get spoofed, it's like the same as if you're in music and Weird Al Yankovic makes a song for you. Maybe it's an honor to be spoofed.
Yeah. Oh, Weird Al. Weird Al doing.
They still pay a lot of money to spoof you. They spend millions of dollars to spoof you, right?
Yeah. I think
Weird Al rules.
Weird Al's got his place in.
Oh man, that'd be gold.
I love it. He said, "I make them better." That's his quote. He's like, "I make those songs better." Pretty great.
Yeah, okay, no, Dune was released in September of October 20. Okay, we saw it earlier. So it was released on October 22nd. All right, so they had. Okay, so let me deal with the customer. So this is why the confusion goes as far as like why they hesitated. Their green light. The green. He had a 2-picture deal, but they did not green light. They was supposed to originally was going to be shot at once. That's the way he wanted it.
If it would have been a dud, he would have got another project, basically.
Exactly. So they waited until basically, they waited until, because remember it was a day and date release. So what had happened is they were tracking both the streaming numbers and the box office numbers because they were coming in simultaneously. That's what it was. So I will stand by it. HBO Max is why we got the epic that we just got. Because the money it made outright wasn't enough.
Yes, but yes, if we do this Meet the Spartan stream and if Zach were actually to pop in, that would be they all keep making fun of me because for anybody who's kind of a little bit late to the party, it's like we've part of the charity stream. People found out about a month or so ago that I have nothing but disdain for the scary movie franchise and modern spoofs in general. So they all said, "Oh, well, that's cool. Why don't we just make that the kind of like the driving catalyst of the AFSP drive?" Like we'll do watch parties and torture Brad with all this bullshit.
Second Prince.
And so we're nearing the end. We have one scary movie left, and Meet the Spartans kind of entered the conversation. So okay, now we're doing that. And that week that was part of like if we cross 10 grand on the 18th or the anniversary stream, it's like we said, okay, we'll do Meet the Spartans.
And we came up with that goal late in the day, and people just showed up and paid out. It was a big
one in particular. So we got that coming up, and yes, it did drop in, and Williams met him. Williams met Zach at the Let's Dumb event for Rebel Moon a few weeks ago. So that would be that would really be something. It would help me
selling the shit out of those Ultimate Spider-Man comics, dude. Those can't stay on the shelf at all, dude.
It would help me dull the pain having to go through that.
You just saw Ultimate Spider-Man?
Yeah, we're sold in second printings now. The second printings are actually.
I'm telling you, dude. You can't find that shit anywhere, dude.
And by the way, I'm going to bring this up again because for those of you who may not have been watching the 3-year anniversary stream, when we crossed once we had crossed the threshold and said, yeah, okay, we're now committed to putting Brad through a Meet the Spartans watch party, my response was as follows.
Kids, won't you step outside for a second? That's the loudest profanity I've ever heard.
William, I think we should start charging Brad every time he plays that clip.
Well, once we, I don't know. He gets us kicked off the internet enough.
Oh,
Like
come
swear
on.
jar.
That wasn't my fault. We got and it's back up anyway. We were the other night I played the Monkey Man, the new trailer, and the algorithm got us screwed because of the Phil Collins music. But it's back up now.
Well, it was funny because I was driving in the car, obviously listening to you guys, and then all of a sudden I thought something had went horribly wrong. Yeah, and then I heard William say, "Oh, I think it's gone down." and
it doesn't tell us either. It doesn't tell us.
No, it doesn't. I got an email. After by the time I got the email from YouTube, it was already back up.
Yeah, it never.
You don't have to write a
either.
message saying you're not promising. Like, people know that we're joking. People have sense of humor.
It never tells us.
No, dude. Listen, we got some special people.
Then put it on your chyron at the bottom saying that the Sci-Fi Center doesn't make any promises to any high-level celebrities. Like,
well, no, it's fine where it's at. So you guys can see that. Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't. That's the thing. It doesn't tell you either when you're doing the stream. It doesn't tell you that your stream has been shut down for a copyright strike. So we only find out when I'm looking over the comments and people are going, "What the hell is going on?" And I say, "Oh, I put 2 and 2 together."
Yeah. So yeah, because Brad did that before when we were trying to raise
doing the
Rebel.
Well, look.
Yeah,
the Film Junkie is guaranteeing that we're going to get it because he knows somebody, so we're good. So we don't even have to worry about it. It's full. You can renege that. It's a full promise. We promise.
Tell you what,
that
Dave, I'm not asking you to do anything, but if it happens, it happens. Right? I'll leave that there.
Yeah, I'm not asking either, but I'm not. I wouldn't decline it certainly.
And that would clear our goal. That I have no doubt.
Oh yeah. That would be
Fourth is on the same page. He says it's a lot, so no more worries, guys. We're good. No more disclaimers. No more worries. No more illusions.
The anniversary stream itself. I mean, it's like that was our biggest stream we've done yet because we had like almost 200 people watching, and we got, of course, we
actually no.
It wasn't. Oh,
New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve.
Oh really? Okay.
Didn't we clear like $2,000 on New Year's Eve?
Well, no. What I mean is that we cleared the $2,000 or the $10,000 mark on, and we also had, as far as like we hit 5,000 in the in-stream viewer audience. We had like almost 200 people, which was, I think it was our biggest we've had yet. So between that and the crossing $10,000 on the AFSP drive, that was a pretty big night for us. And of course, Zach wasn't present for that at all. So as you're saying, if you were here for Meet the Spartans, that would be a hell of a night.
Yeah, that would clear us. We would probably clear. We would probably have enough to give local and national 10 if we were there that night, because just the normal pace that we're at, the pace we're going right now, I think we'll be fine anyway. Because like I said, I wasn't, I was sort of confident when we launched it back in November, but at the same time, it was like I'd never launched anything like this before. The only other fundraiser we did for them was in store when we had people, donating to the actual Autumn Fund, and then you would just send me in your receipt. This time we actually did it through the actual site.
Well, and then when he shared it, when he shared the link
that
to it
helps.
on Twitter, that was and on Vero, that just blew it up massively.
Yeah, we cleared like $2,000 the first day just based on that. So yeah, if he was actually there, we would clear. We would clear that just by even if people like a lot of small donations.
Yeah, it was actually his stunt guy, his stunt director that convinced him to put the warehouse scene together, because Zach was totally against it. Brad, I didn't know if you knew that.
Oh,
no, don't give him ammo now.
You guys just love to push my buttons with the raid.
All right, guys. Hey, I got to wrap this one up because I got to get the other one set up for and I got to go get something to drink.
Roadhouse,
and then we'll be back for Roadhouse, and then hopefully we'll raise a little
bit
more money.
What time is Roadhouse at?
Roadhouse is at 5:00, so I got to go ahead and wrap.
2 minutes or so. All right.
Yep. So everybody say bye.
All right. Try, everybody. Try.
See you very shortly.
Right. Try. About 17 minutes.